alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive.
I see dead people.
Hot shit.
Here's Johnny.
Stop.
We interrupt this program to bring you a special report.
We have such sights to show you.
Hey, Paul! Bring the motherfucking ruckus! Fuck you too!
My arm hurts so bad.
My hands are so cold. I'm sorry.
Tea.
Pasta.
Pasta.
It's
It's vegetarian.
I'm the fucking
Wait a
scared of
minute.
him.
Butter
Why
pasta.
didn't you get us pasta?
Why didn't you get us a giant
So
bowl
the
of
last
pasta in the
time,
middle?
so for the when we recorded the 50th special, none of you were here for it. I made pasta for everyone. I even made a spooky pasta that had little skull shapes and bats and pumpkins and stuff.
That's adorable.
I made 3 different pastas: a vodka, tomato garlic, and a penne alfredo.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone came over. They ate all my pasta, and then I tried to record with them, and it produced the worst thing I've ever recorded to the point where I had to delete it, and then asked to come over a week later to record something else, because I had been for weeks
That's
being
depressing.
like 50th episode special, so excited to have a bunch of people on all at once to see if I could do a round table discussion, and all that I wanted to do was go around the table and talk about cryptids, and they couldn't even do that.
That sounds really
It's so hard. Is it so hard to talk about Mothman, Bigfoot, Loch Ness Monster for 45 minutes to a half an hour?
What's the name of the pants one?
so much.
I'm not
to
joking.
say.
The California pants one?
No fucking clue what you're talking about.
It's like pants walking on their own. And I'm not joking.
Sisterhood of traveling pants.
Yeah.
But in a literal
Do you
sense.
know what I'm talking about or no?
I know what you're talking about, but I don't know
It's like
its
this
name.
video of like these pants looking like they're moving on their own, and it's called like the something cryptid, and it's
It's the only
The
real.
cryptid, it's the Brotherhood of the Traveling Jockstrap.
It's the true American cryptid.
Just a big old piece of pants.
It's
I'm
just
walking here.
pants.
I'm walking.
Are
the
we
Fresno Nightcrawler.
The Fresno Nightcrawler.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's pants.
Yo,
You see it right there in the
Marvel
middle?
on that. We need to get them.
It's walking pants. See,
Get
it's,
him into
it's a pair of walk on their own.
Anyway.
It's just pants that walk on their own.
Anyway, I am recording.
Oh,
Oh, hey.
So, that was just a loose intro getting into the part 2 of the 200th here. I'm not going to ask where you guys are. I'm going to ask what your guys' expectations for Act 2. Anything, because we were talking about it a little bit during the break. Django, what's on your mind? You asked a couple questions when I went to the bathroom, I heard.
Yeah.
You were wondering a couple things.
Man, I'm thinking about that locket.
You're thinking about the locket.
Boy, I'm thinking about that door.
Boy, you're gonna get something based on the locket real soon.
Yep. That's where my headspace, kind of. Let me
Okay,
lay in there.
Tenron?
I'm thinking about how Allison is trapped, man. She needs help, and I'm in a prime position to offer that help.
You're not in a prime position.
I want to use...
She's dead. I don't know if you remember, but Allison is dead.
not the point.
And she can't be helped, and she lives at the bottom of a lake.
I'm just trying to give you my thoughts.
Great.
You're gonna-
Okay, Frowns McFuhoo. Any expectations, any thoughts going into Act 2?
Well, I have a lot of cool shit in my inventory, and I hope I get to have some cucumber sake with a fun ghost and or monster.
Great. Cannibal Siren.
Fuck off.
Expectations or anything?
There's something wet under my bed, and it's not me. And I'm def gonna get murdered by Clawhammer. That whole little newspaper thing, I'm gonna be woman number 4. Super stoked. And that's where we're at.
That sounds right.
Super excited. Can't wait.
I'd like to make a prediction that I'll die going into that shed. That's all I have to say.
Cut your arm so
The
bad.
shed-
I'm gonna
The
like
shed-
no enemy.
The shed is not going to kill you.
You just trip and
You
hit
say
your
that,
head
but
on
if
a
I keep
cinder
rolling
block.
ones,
Campbell Siren, any other expectations other
besides becoming a murder statistic? No. Apart from that, no. I think we're good.
And Gestalt thinks he's gonna die.
I assume that I'm going to die pretty early because despite having been the smart one to avoid most of the creepy things and not go towards big metal doors or naked men that can float on water, I feel like despite...
You met Mike. Did you understand that Mike was a ghost?
No. No, I saw a naked man talking to Tenron and I said, okay, thanks. That's good enough. That's good enough for me. I'm going to keep walking. I've been to beaches before in New Jersey. You know? There's naked ghosts. And you just keep walking. Mm-hmm. So wish me luck as I break my arm trying to get into the shed.
So when we do start things off, I want to say that almost immediately where everyone is, you do feel a little tired. You do notice that the sun is coming down at an exponential rate. You assume that it's probably just your perspective on the mountain, but it seems to be getting dark really quick. So what I will say is you have one round around as people to maybe figure out where you are sleeping or maybe even just getting back to the cabin in general and looking at Tenron over there in the middle of the lake.
At night.
So there are enough bedrooms for each person to choose a spot. I know for a fact that Campbell Siren pretty much called the office already, and she's in there. So there are. Wait, Django, did you take the master bedroom?
I tried to mark it.
You were claiming the master bedroom, so that leaves the kids' room at the end of the upstairs hall, and then the 2 guest bedrooms downstairs as well. You could take the couch. That's fine.
Feel like company with the TV.
So let's start with Django. Django, you are upstairs. You just got done reading the Japanese lore and ritual book. You didn't get much out of it other than the translation of Daruma-san, but it does kind of ring in your head a little bit. You find yourself saying it. You're like, Daruma-san, Daruma-san. You know, it's very interesting to you.
Yeah.
What are you doing? Where are you going?
It is interesting. I'm feeling sleepy. I kiss Gestalt on the cheek, just for luck.
I turn so that it's our lips.
And then, so we have that moment. And then I want to look.
So we have that moment.
We have that
in
whole
front
moment.
Of Cannibal, sorry.
Right, great.
And then I want to look at the
We
shelf.
love to see it.
Yeah, we love to see it.
You're gonna do what?
I want to look at the shelf.
You're gonna look at the shelf.
Yeah, what's on that shelf again?
You're gonna look at the shelf.
Yeah, what's on that shelf?
Wherever you go.
You just give it a wink.
Just a little bit. Yeah, just a little. It's a moment and then it's gone.
Stuff you haven't looked at, stuff that hasn't been discussed.
Yeah.
There is a large, tattered diary collection of papers, various Stephen King books in a stack, a ship in a bottle.
I mean, I don't know if this is what you're pointing towards, but Django is a huge Stephen King fan, so he's gonna riff through that shit and get he's gonna try and find a bedtime book for maybe I can pop some Langoliers on while I come down to Dreamy Town.
Right. Let me just quickly get to that page. Because I remember there's a little...
Let me get that good
there's almost
Salem's Lot.
There's almost a challenge here, but you're pretty much making it redundant the more you talk.
Let me get that Regulators. Let me hit that.
Amongst all of the books in the office is a collection of Stephen King novels. You make the assumption that the person who had accommodated this room prior was just a big fan, or more particularly a horror fan. And I need to ask you, as you find yourself looking at the books, are you a Stephen King fan? And you just continue to name things, so I'm under the assumption that you are.
Let me get that Skeleton Crew.
So, I have to ask...
Let me hit that It.
Okay. So
Let me get that Sundog novella.
My next thing to ask was going to be, oh yeah, well, if you're a fan, how many of them do you know? And name your favorite one. And if you were unable to do so, I'd give you an asshole token for being a poser.
Wow. Oh, shit. All right.
So you've named 800, but I want to ask, as the person who triggered this, which one is your favorite?
My favorite Stephen King novel.
Anything by Stephen King.
Oh, anything by Stephen King.
Anything by Stephen King.
short stories.
Oh my god, I love his short stories way more than his novels.
Hey,
I mean,
man.
I love his novels, but I love his
This
short
particular one is the episode where we read The Jaunt. So, one of my favorite short stories.
Hell
by
yeah.
Stephen
I
King.
love that story.
So, we read that on episode 113, and that's exactly where this spot came
whatever
from.
collection that's part of,
Graveyard Shift.
I'm going to take Graveyard Shift and I'm going to chuck it on down to the master bedroom.
You do go into the master bedroom with your book in tow. You make note of the closet, the bell on the dresser stand, the portrait of the woman, and the bed in front of you.
Yep.
What are you feeling? I'm not necessarily telling you guys to go to sleep, and I'm not necessarily telling you guys that you have to stop interacting with each other. But what would you do after the day you've had in this situation? Are you actually genuinely tired?
Sure.
You know, what is your action now that you find yourself back in the bedroom?
Still a little bit skittered from the interaction with the hallway, like the infinite hallway. Still
Right.
kind of like, but having something obviously comforting like a Stephen King novel or anthology is helpful. I'm like winding down for the night. Obviously, I went to a cabin with 4 lamos, and I didn't realize that ahead of time, but everyone sucks. So I'm kind of like, all right, that's my lot in life. I get that. So I want to.
He's only saying this because we drank whiskey until 3 o'clock in the morning playing Secret Hitler the last time we went to a cabin.
I think I was also the first one to sleep. I'm pretty sure I was
Probably.
the first one to go to bed.
No, I
So
think my
much
my
fun.
siblings were.
It was your sister.
Yeah, my sister.
But I was soon behind it. I'm gonna
Anyway.
just check out the painting.
You're gonna look at the picture.
Yeah, why not?
I do remember this one.
Remember that goat you wanted to sacrifice? I don't think we have to sacrifice a goat.
It's just gonna be.
Since we're all
So I'm gonna tell
lame,
you right now
I'm thinking,
that
you know,
It's just gonna be one of those.
I am gonna tell you, you personally, as Django Phillips, your eyes are getting heavy. You are personally feeling the outcome of what I will call the Dionea door, and I will tell you that you are drowsy.
Yeah.
You look at the painting adorning the master bedroom wall. It's a beautiful woman, but she has a cold stare, and she's looking out at the viewer, and she's very clearly holding an orange, and she's just holding it out to the viewer, but she's looking at them with what I would consider a cold / surprised gaze, and her look. Once you notice it, it's hard to shake it because it just looks like it follows you around the room. It's one of those paintings where the eyes just almost bend around the room no matter which way you look at it. And it is a little weird. So I'm going to ask you right now, based on your feelings with the picture, do you want to reach out for the orange?
I take a while to consider it, and then I do. And maybe this will make a difference, maybe not. At the same time I'm reaching for the orange, I want to have my vegan pea pod snacks in my hand. And I want to Indiana Jones it and try and put the pea pod snacks in her hand while I take the orange.
Mystically, the orange ends up in your hand with a left hand receiving notion. It plops out of the picture, something 2-dimensional to 3-dimensional in an instant, and the woman on the picture, the minute you look up from her hand to her face, she now has just a forced grin from what before was just a cold stare. Her eyes are still wide though, so you do kind of get a notion of there's something off about this, not to mention you just pulled a fruit from a random picture. But when you go to put the snap peas into the hand to Indiana Jones it, you received the orange too quick with your notion that when you go to push the snap peas onto the picture, the bag literally crumples against the wall with the force of your movement, touches the painting, and falls off onto the floor. So you can choose to pick those back up and put them in your inventory.
Yeah,
but you are now holding an orange, and I do want you to. I want you to put painted orange in your personal inventory, and I will end your turn there, saying that you feel tired.
I don't want to sleep in a room with this lady, but that's fine.
You come right back out and you're like, hi
I'm
guys.
Hey
gonna
guys,
do
by
it
the way,
changed
orange,
my
different
mind.
oranges. What about Tenron?
Mike, you there?
Oh yeah, no, I'm still here. Let me tell you though, with nighttime coming, the swans are already leaving or gone.
I don't give a shit about the swans.
Well, you should.
Dude, I am bleeding right now.
Okay, well, yeah, you have a small cut on your side. I understand. You should probably get back to your friends. You should probably get stitched up or something.
I don't give a shit about those assholes.
Okay. Where are you going? What are you doing?
You're my only friend here, Mike. I need you to do something for me.
That's really nice. What can I do to help?
I need you to tell me who and what the fuck was down at the bottom of that lake.
Oh, Allison. Allison?
What is she, though?
Allison's a ghost. She's been here, I would say, 10 to 20 years before I was. She claimed that her mother was trying to take her to her friend's house.
But how do I get to her?
Oh, I don't know. How do you swim deep?
Gotcha. All right, Mike.
Maybe there's something.
Yeah.
Maybe there's something that'll help you swim. I don't know. But
yeah, Mike.
You're a human. You can't get down there. I could walk right down there and talk to her right now. I just have a feeling she wouldn't like it because she doesn't talk to me very much. She's a little perturbed by my condition, and he looks down at his genitals.
It's fine, Mike.
You know, she's a 16-year-old girl, and I'm a
Mike.
35-year-old man, full dick and balls out.
Mike,
nothing but my sunglasses. Okay.
Stop with all this crazy talk. All right.
You asked.
First of all, she's not 16.
Can you remove the swans from the map? I will take them back. They will not be used again.
They heard dick and balls and they were out.
You said no. You said we're fucking swans.
You're saying she's been dead for years, but anyway, Mike, look, I think I gotta get going. You said it's dangerous when it's dark.
It can get dangerous. Like if you want to end up like me, I would get out of here.
Okay. Did you just say if I want to end up like you, get out of here?
No. I would say if you want to end up like me, continue standing around with a naked man in a lake, wondering if he should go home.
Okay.
Because I told you my story. It came out here in the middle of the night and something got me.
I guess I'll go home, Mike, but I guess I'll be back tomorrow?
With that, he says, "No, you won't," and disappears.
What? No! Mike! No! No!
I will take Mike back as well. Mike's gone.
Mike! No!
Okay, he blinks back into existence and
Oh my God, Mike!
And says,
"You scared the hell out of me! Oh my God, please!"
I've been stuck here for 50 years. Of course I'm still here, and then blinks back out of existence.
My floodlight isn't working. It was in the water.
Your stuff works perfectly fine.
Oh wait, never mind. It works.
Where are you going?
I'm going to the cabin. Get me the hell out of here.
We could just immediately take you there. You could put the lake back into the stack. We'll keep the front and the cabin out there. So you enter the cabin, the below floor, if you want to bring that out.
I yell into the area, "Hello? Anybody in this goddamn hellhole?"
People are upstairs, they can hear you, but you do not hear a response. Someone is also downstairs, he hears you, but he's not anywhere that he could also respond. So
alright.
You can't hear or see anyone.
Well, I decided to check the basement just to see if anybody's down there for...
So you head down into the basement, and off to your right you see a workstation filled with tools and stuff. There's a couple things on top of the desk you can look at. You look across and see the desk. The desk does have the photos, and the lit cigarettes have petered out over time. You are now down there.
Frowns? Is that you?
And Frowns McBoohoo is down there.
I have a headache. Do you have something for me?
You find him in the storage room looking odd and perplexed. He looks a little... He honestly, to you, looks a little freaked out.
Okay, you could use some chocolate, buddy.
I've turned into transfixed Bilbo.
Yeah, pretty much.
I could give him some chocolate for the headache.
Would that help my headache? It's got antioxidants in it.
It would not help your headache.
It'll give you serotonin. It'll make you happy.
I'll take anything
You
right
have any
now.
drugs?
I have a med kit,
Yeah, pop that
and
up.
I have cold hot pretzels with cold hot cheese.
But steamy hot cards.
Steamy hot cards, yeah.
They're still hot. They were in
Nice
the
and
way.
fresh.
They still keep their temp.
Throw a pretzel at him.
Okay.
If does he have aspirin in his
I will
med
tell
kit?
you right now, you are not taking physical or mental damage from the headache. You do not need to worry about
Okay.
it. It is a character trait to make you tired.
Okay. Can I still have that chocolate?
Yeah, you know what? Have half the chocolate.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, just whatever. I don't give a shit. Bye.
Does he give me?
And he walks back upstairs,
Okay.
leaving Frowns in the basement.
What the fuck is in here?
So there is a guest room off to your left and a
Right.
guest room off to your right. You can see the one off to your left just by standing in the living room. You do note that there is a closet across from the doorway, a bed on your right, and on top of the dresser is a painting.
Okay. I'm gonna take a look at this painting.
You walk over to the painting. There's an odd wooden frame around it, and upon the painting is very specifically a rather ugly and horrifying face of a man scowling at you in anger.
Normal dude.
Great. And he's looking down at you with obvious disgust. I'm gonna say, roll a die for me, and are you brave or scared or anything?
Brave.
Are you gonna use the brave right
No.
now? Then just roll one
Not
die.
that brave.
That's a 1.
You should use that brave.
That's a 1.
Eat your chocolate.
When you feel as if too much pressure is bearing down on you from this guy's kind of harsh and judgmental gaze, you can't help but just like wince and turn away from it for a moment. When you turn back, you realize it is not a picture frame. It is a window. And you are scared.
Okay.
I hate that.
Shit, yeah.
I wasn't there. I'm scared.
That's my turn.
That is your turn.
And you're in a bedroom, so you're perfect. Alright, so I'm gonna come out of this room, and I'm gonna look over here. Are any of these cigarettes still lit?
No.
I'm gonna take one in my mouth, and I'm gonna say, this is so uncharacteristic of me.
It is, I know. You really don't smoke, which is why I asked very specifically if you were
I
smoking
feel like
or
I gotta
not.
do it for the prison boys, so I put it in my mouth.
As you put the cigarette in your mouth and you look at the pictures that you nicely put in front of them, you are kind of harmoniously linked to events you didn't actually experience, which is a group of guys who one by one got released or unfortunately died in prison and had a really strong connection to one another, and they used to share fucking toilet wine and cigarettes. So you do feel I'm giving him a brave for feeling enough I don't know,
Camaraderie.
yeah, he feels a soothing sensation waft over him, and I'll say that your headache is gone, but you are now tired.
Okay. So I'm gonna go upstairs.
You go upstairs.
Oh shit. And I'm gonna go in this room.
No, that's all the way upstairs.
Okay, so I'm gonna come here. I can't go up another
You
flight.
want to go up another flight?
Yeah.
You're now at the top landing, and you're looking across at the mirror, the attic entrance, or down the hall to the right with the master bedroom.
How'd I get this fucking orange?
So I'm coming in.
You go into the office bedroom, which is Cannibal Siren is
I
sitting
guess
on the
everyone
bed.
can just come
And
in.
I'm gonna say, hey Cannibal, listen. I wanted to investigate in here, but also I'm gay, and like I'm a little tired, but I got this really cool cucumber sake, and I wanted to know if you wanted to have a little slumber party
Oh, that
with
sounds
me.
so fun! Yes, I'm in.
All right, so-
I don't even like sake.
Well, we're gonna drink it anyway. So
I know.
I got this cool VHS player too. Can we?
You haven't found the other TV yet.
Oh shit!
It's okay. Maybe we can I don't know. I don't think
There's
we
no
can
way.
stuff it in the
There's no way.
computer.
There's no way I can move the TV to this room, could I?
It's also broken.
Maybe,
The
but
TV's
The power cord is
I'm gonna
cut.
say no.
the TV's broken. We can do it in the
No,
living
there
room.
is another TV. I did let him know that the
It's up here.
Airbnb listing says two TVs.
All right,
in
listen.
the house.
We could either have the master bedroom or the office bedroom. It's not a master. Let's be real. Or we could go into our little slumber room over here with the TV. I'll bring the VHS. I got a cool Bear's basement video.
That's a great idea. I
Awesome.
definitely want to watch a
All right,
basement video.
let's wait. She can't go with me, right?
I will allow you to move
Okay.
her into the room with you.
Fuck yeah.
You're not doing anything in that room before you leave.
It would end my turn, wouldn't it?
Gestalt's
Because
just
Gestalt
in there. Shit.
I was gonna
just
do
like
the
this.
computer and I was gonna do the website.
You have to choose. Are you going into the other room to access the TV, or are you going on the computer?
If the computer's gonna end my turn, then I'm doing the TV.
They're both gonna end your turn. I'm just asking you
All
what
right.
you want. to
Yeah,
do.
because we're doing the TV together, so we're coming over here.
So you walk into the kids' room, and let me see real quick.
You got this.
You have a number of
hard.
things.
Yeah.
I know. I get stuck in that couch
I'm
sometimes.
very old.
There are several things of note, but something does happen to you the minute you walk into the room first.
To both of us or just me?
I actually will say to both of you, but let me see what it is real quick.
All right, so I'll do the VHS player, and then
What's a cucumber sake slumber party?
that's right.
Like-
Fuck yeah, I got some Bear basement shit. It's
Yeah,
gonna be
I bet there's no way that could go wrong.
right.
Do you have any scared or brave?
Just too brave,
Too brave.
which is wild.
Frowns roll 2 dice. Cannibal roll 1.
6 and a 2.
2. You remain scared. Upon entering the room, Cannibal does not see this, but you get a glint of something outside the upper window the minute you round that hallway, and it doesn't read to you as human because it's hard for you to imagine. You look out the window and it just goes down onto the ground floor and out into the trees. There's no way something could look through that window. There's nothing for it to even stand on. But when you walk into the room, you know for a fact under the moonlight that has risen exponentially faster than usual, you do catch almost a shadow, a glint of something, and it does disappear from the window. When you specifically walk up to the window to inspect what happened, and again, Cannibal is not witnessing it, this is entirely solo to you, the pressure of the presence and the heat of your body being near that, you breathe out onto the window, and very clearly with your breath put on there, you see a smiley face that was drawn from the other side.
Okay.
You remain scared,
Okay.
and I will say that your turn ends there.
What about the VHS?
You got scared.
Well, I guess you.
I would say that
take
you could take the VHS out of your inventory and hook it up to the TV, but nothing is playing yet.
Okay.
That I'm still gonna say that is your turn. Cannibal Siren, you are in the room with him. If you want to continue that narrative, or I could list the things that are in the room for you to interact with.
Did you, Franz, did you tell me about that? Or were you just like...
Yeah,
You did tell me about
because I
that.
guess wait, can she see it on the window though? The smiley face now.
No, but you could point it out.
Yeah, but I'm gonna point that out to you.
I'm gonna be like...
Girl, it's fine. That's why we got
She's
drinks.
grimacing, which isn't carrying over on the podcast.
That's why we got drinks.
I'm gonna be like, there's not enough drinks in the world
Hey, girl.
for me to be okay with
One,
that.
you get one whole bottle of my sake.
I just would like to say that so far, nothing horrible has happened to me except for the wet. But apart from that, so far, 2 different people have told me about some fuck shit. And
Yes.
I'm not feeling
I'm just
great.
gonna nod and say yes. So there is in this room the left closet, the right closet, the old TV. It's a smaller tube TV than the one that was in the living room, and there's also something on the corner bedstand to the right, on top of the bed.
I have another question.
Yes.
Did you tell me you wanted to go to the shed?
Yes.
You did say that.
Yes.
And did you say all the shit that was in the shed?
I said that there was good stuff in the shed.
You said there was good stuff.
But
Yeah,
you
he
also
said there
did
was-
just leave him standing.
I
in
did
his
just
room.
leave him standing there.
And I just gave you.
You did
bottle
give
of
me a bottle of
cucumber
sake, but he
So
said there
listen.
was loot in the shed.
Yeah, but we're having.
But what are you going to do?
What do you
the
want?
fuck?
I'm listing all of these things in
I
this
know, I'm
room.
struggling.
What are you going to do?
All right. I am going to. I'm gonna go look at the thing that's next to the bed. Whatever's
So
on
you
the
are
nightstand.
the bed you're on. You turn around and you reach out across, and you do find a comically made cardboard with like a string beads. It looks to be like a crude locket made by a kid, but they didn't understand. It's almost like they were imitating the locket in the other room, but really it's just a cutout of a picture of a little girl kind of glued on a smaller, more frailly made one. And I want to ask if you are adding it to your inventory or not.
Honey, jewelry is jewelry.
I know, but like, what if a kid made it? They chewed all over that. It's like covered in sweat.
I know, but like.
No, it's very clear to you that the age of the child is somewhere around 11 or 12, so they had remedial knowledge, and it's just, the appearance is nothing more than stuff that they had around them in their room. It's very, in fact, for your age, comparable to theirs, you might even say that you're impressed with their crafty work. It looks very, it was made with sincerity.
Maybe we could put out a Poshmark, make some money.
I was
for
about
it.
to say I'm gonna resell it on Depop for $200.
yeah.
Yeah, all right. I'll take the shitty bracelet.
So you pick it up, and when you look at the picture, you do realize upon closer inspection that it is actually of twin sisters. You thought it was just one girl, but it's actually of two girls, and they are holding hands. And I'm going to say, for status, write the word lucky.
This is the most unrealistic part of the game so far.
You don't know the story the locket
I
is
know.
from,
I'm
but
just teasing.
It's a good story.
it's a Frowns McBoohoo
It's a
episode.
music.
So should I just write handmade locket?
Yeah, let's say that.
Handmade locket.
Can we watch our video?
All right, we'll watch our video.
So he's physically taking the Mr. Bears out of his inventory and giving
Yeah.
it to you?
It's
And you're
hooked up.
both watching Mr. Bear's cellar, right?
He had a big
Yes.
thing though. I don't know what you want. He also
That wasn't
brought
my
you
story. Oh, that's right. Shit. Tenron's story. Yes. Whoa.
All right, well, give me the socket.
looking like what's that actor right now? Tenron, aka.
You look from Spider-Man 3, the emo dude from Spider-Man 3.
Tobey Maguire.
Tobey Maguire.
Chris McDonald.
I think you look like Haley Joel Osment.
From Requiem of a Dream.
That's me.
Oh, Jared Leto.
No,
that's him.
No, it's him.
It's definitely him.
I compare more to
Jesus Christ.
What's that kid from Sweet Life and Riverdale?
Dylan Sprouse.
Oh,
Yeah,
Cole Sprouse.
one of the
Dylan
Sprouse
Sprouse
kids.
Dylan Sprouse is the hotter one.
Big eyes,
they're not.
moody.
Gorgeous.
There we go.
So
I was
you,
literally about to be like, did he die?
So you take out the tape, which appears to be crudely painted on by a child, and
Oh, the basement.
it is hand marked as Mr. Bear's cellar. And when you put the tape in, this is what you see. It appears to be a live recording, as if someone was witnessing it live on television, recorded using the VCR functions from a Canadian TV show broadcast from some weird channel number, clearly intended for kids. I will say it's not inherently frightening, but the connotation of the scenes does get to you a little bit, because it does appear entirely handmade, and you have to wonder why the fuck this was aired on television, because it's just so crude. In scene 1, there's a man in a bear suit coming down basement stairs to talk with a small girl who's sitting in a chair by herself, and he kind of sings and dances around her for a moment, and the girl is smiling, and she's clapping and you know, enjoying him kind of in his homemade bear suit.
Doing bear
But at the
things.
same time, you're just like, what happened to that little girl? You know?
that's
It
some
immediately
freak shit.
cuts without even finishing the song. He might even be in the middle of a vowel, like, when your friends are... And then it just cuts to the next scene. There are two hands in gloves, and they're, like, poking over a table, talking like this, and the table kind of cuts off whose arms they are, but you can very clearly notice that one of them is smaller, and you could see the white wrist, whereas you see the brown suit of Mr. Bear's hand with a glove over what appears to be his suit arm. The hands are talking about how hard it is to balance an egg on a spoon with your mouth, and they both try and do it, and the little girl one drops the egg off the spoon, and it cracks on the table, and Mr. Bear's hand grabs hers with such a ferocity and almost pressure, and says, like, "You broke the egg!" and just, like, grabs it, and you could almost hear the girl wince behind the scenes. It's just like, "I'm sorry," you know, and it immediately cuts to the next scene. And
I hate
the third
this.
clip is the most disjointed because it has nothing to do with the prior two. It is a man walking around the woods, and he very specifically mentions a time where the clouds will part and the children will rejoice and they will all be one with the universe again. And he's just kind of ranting and rambling in what might be a drunken stupor before the tape cuts to black. And I need both of you, frowns, roll 2 dice, Cannibal Siren 1.
3.
2 and a 1. I do have 3 braves though. Does that mean anything?
You have to choose when to use your braves.
And you
I'm not going to tell you when to use them.
So you have to
Okay.
choose before you roll.
That's okay.
Give this to him.
I'm short, thanks.
You are genuinely scared. You are cursed with a second scared token. So you are going to remain scared for a little while. Even if you solve the first one, there's still something wrong with you, to the point where at this point you've witnessed something that you feel like you shouldn't have.
I'm just gonna be like,
Cannibal Siren, you didn't get it as bad. A 3 isn't nearly as successful as I would need for you to pass, but you've been on a kind of brave and, let's say, lucky streak that it does not frighten you as much, and you do feel almost a warmth coming from the memory of the 2 little girls.
I need you to keep me safe. I'm really fucked up right now.
5'3". What do you want me to do? I'm gonna. Can I
For
do?
status under frowns, can you write drunk?
Okay.
Sparkles. I'm gonna get a bunch of sparkles.
Great.
Lucky sparkles.
Yeah, I get sparkles because I'm just so lucky.
Is this implying that I drank my bottle?
Yes.
Did I get to drink the bottle too?
Sure, but you're not drunk. You could just clear it out of your inventory. Do either of you have any mental damage?
No.
Then don't worry about it.
I would. Is my turn done, or can I do one more thing?
Depends on what you're trying to do.
I just want to yell at him.
Go for it.
So about that shed, because that was some fuck shit. Like
So you try not to worry about the tape, and you go, don't bring these things to my attention ever again. And you walk out the hallway, and you go down back to your room.
I also think that is enough. Like, that is now the third freaky fucking
And this
thing.
is now the third out of the 4 people to bring something fucked to your doorway.
Exactly. So I'm
no
just like-
thanks. Do you go back to your room?
No, I'm just gonna be like, you know what? He says there's good stuff in the shed. Maybe we could use some good stuff.
Yeah, but
For
don't leave me, because
safety.
I'm
Just come with me then.
Oh, can I come?
Sure, come on.
I'm
Hey.
like stumbling. You're like
No,
one
you're
arm around
drunk.
me.
That's fine.
I'm like down here holding you up like fucking owl.
Okay, so are the both of you heading down the hallway? Let's put them on the blue carpet.
We're gonna team up with Gestalt.
Do you want the picture now or when we're at the shed?
Yes, the
Now's fine.
And I'm good ending my turn there, and then we can just
Yeah.
go with our
Because
good
he's
friend.
probably gonna whoosh you along as well.
Gestalt.
Gestalt, you are standing in Cannibal's room by yourself. You do hear something behind you, and as fast as they went away, 15 minutes, they come back looking far more pale and far more drunk than they were.
You got any
15
food,
minutes ago.
man? You got any food?
You guys have a party without me?
You know what? I don't think I can even call it a party, and then I relay Mr. Bear's beast.
Mr. Bear Cellar.
Yes.
So you watched a no-no video.
It's a big no-no.
Yes, but I didn't know it was a no-no video. I thought it was a fun video.
I need food.
It had finger paint on the cover.
Okay, you want food? I have a granola bar. That's literally
Oh, baby, yeah.
it. Here's a granola bar.
Did you not bring any food?
No, but I got my peace teas because they're really good, but I don't know what they're gonna do for me yet.
I hand you a granola bar, please. Right
All right, I eat granola bar. Am I still drunk?
Oh, that's what you want to argue?
That's
I will let
actually
you.
pretty
I will let
smart.
you take drunk off.
Okay.
Scratch that out. Fair enough. Gestalt, what are you doing?
I'm going to grab the two of you if you're okay with it.
Are they? If they can consent to it,
consent.
they will follow you where you are going this turn.
I consent to the shed.
I consent. The highest regard.
Are you still hungry?
I mean,
Else, if you're still hungry.
sure, fuck it. I'll keep it.
Here you go, and I hand you spaghetti and meatballs.
Oh,
You don't.
I only like vegetarian pasta.
No, this is good.
It's
Smell
not.
it.
It smells like
What
meat.
is it?
No, it does smell good. I
Smells
said it
good.
smelled
I
good
know,
when
but I
you.
only like vegetarian pasta. That's my character.
I
I'm not
don't-
gonna
I'm not
eat
going
that.
to tell you what the
vegetarian,
pasta does until you
Yeah.
eat it. So
You
I'm
just
gonna
had
say it
spaghetti
smells
and
good.
meatballs in your pocket.
Fine. I'll take
Okay.
it. Fuck it.
Wait, that came out of his bag.
I have an
You
orange.
now have it in your
Are
inventory.
you just
Are
yelling
you
from the
going
other
to-
room?
I have an orange.
Are you going to eat it? Or are you going to put it in your inventory?
It's for the fans.
Is it? Is it?
Oh,
Okay.
He eats the spaghetti
So
and
he
meatballs.
eats the hashtag dad's spaghetti that he found in the fridge downstairs that he got from Gestalt.
I feel like you're just slapping like everything,
Frowns.
every trigger in the place.
Add a extra square behind the P in physical health. You feel there's some good fucking pasta.
Well, I tell you what, I'm gonna make it up to you, man. I'm gonna give you.
I love this bartering system that we've accidentally come up with.
I'm
That's the point
gonna
of the
give
inventory.
you
How would you say it? What you're giving him?
a half
Working on
bar of chocolate.
I'll take it.
Right.
Great. Where are you going?
I'm
Shed
going.
time.
Do you have anything to open the shed?
We'll figure that out.
I'm gonna say, you know what? Do either of you know where you could find something to break into a shed?
Are there any windows in
I
the
didn't.
shed?
No,
I got a sharp
There is a-
bone.
there is a-
We could wrap
I
one of
got
our
a sharp
elbows.
bone. I
What's a sharp
could
bone?
pick at that. Lock.
I have an idea.
I was
If-
gonna say
if
we
the-
could wrap our elbow in a t-shirt and just.
Or you take the T-shirt and you put it all the way
What
around
he
the
should
lock-
say is,
lock
hey, I
and
tried that on the
and then
truck.
you
It didn't
pull
work so well.
I'm worried the t-shirt's already torn though. I'm worried
That's
it'll
true.
just.
Okay.
By not failing your double roll.
Oh, okay. I
Okay,
could.
you
I could
go.
try. Yeah, I had the bone. I could get us into the shed.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go.
So you guys head outside to the shed, and you are telling me that you want to use a bone fragment to pick at a metal combination lock.
You said it was a thick bone that was whittled to a sharp point. I mean,
By something chewing on it, so sure. I'm gonna allow you to roll for it.
okay.
You do have to roll 2 dice.
6 and a 4.
Hey, that's pretty good.
It's not too bad.
It is not enough to open it, unfortunately.
But is it good enough
but
to
it
get-
is enough to lose a scared.
Thank
You
you.
tried really hard. The lock needs a 6 to open, so if you weren't scared, that would have opened. But I'm only gonna allow you that one go, and you're just gonna say something along. It's still Gestalt's turn, so it's still. I'm still gonna allow Gestalt to continue.
Is
but
my
the
bone still okay?
The bone is fine.
Okay.
I'm gonna use them with my turn.
You didn't roll badly.
Could you take that bone and slam it into the window and maybe get that open, because there's a cattle prod in there and there's a health kit in there.
Are you talking about the truck or the shed?
The truck.
Because if you get into the shed, you can get the truck's keys. So
It's true, but I don't.
I feel like you should focus on the shed.
Okay.
If the shed has a window, we should just.
Is the shed have a
Shed
window?
has a window.
Okay. Then I'm gonna ask you, Cannibal, if I can wrap the T-shirt around my arm
Yep.
and try to do it this time with a little more gusto.
Redemption.
Do you have any brave, any scared, anything?
I have nothing.
Then just roll.
For Christ's sake, be determined.
Ow!
Can I try?
So you put the fabric of the t-shirt around the same elbow,
I guess so, because,
and you go to break another window. Take another physical damage because
You need to come in and show
you hurt
us
the
men
same
how to do
arm
it.
again.
But she put a Band-Aid on it or whatever.
No, that just means you got an extra health.
Okay.
That you just lost it.
So can I
Your
like?
attack is still down.
Can I look around and see if there are any rocks? Just like any rocks.
Roll for it.
3.
It's not a good enough roll to find the rock you're looking for. You can only find smaller pebbles, and you're mostly on a dirt trail, so it doesn't really make sense that you'd be able to find like a specific rock like that.
Okay, screw this. I'm gonna
Do you
take
guys not have anything in your inventory that could break glass?
Switchblade.
I could throw my peace tea can.
How about a fucking bottle of something? Do you not?
I could throw my peace tea
I have a
can.
bottle of vodka.
Yeah, but you wrote shitty on it, and we all know Vladdy comes in a plastic container.
Right. I'm gonna throw my peace
I have the
tea.
bourbon.
That's fucking aluminum, dude. I'm talking like.
But
none
it's
of you
like
have anything
gold.
glass
Throwing
or
stars.
I have that bottle, half-empty
That would
bottle
crack a
of
fucking.
bourbon.
Okay,
You have
throwing
throwing
stars.
stars. Why the fuck did you throw that the entire time, you piece of shit?
Because I thought I was a man. But I'm not.
I just really hope you don't fail this.
Okay, throwing star.
You are with 2 other people.
Six!
With throwing.
I got a
stars.
6!
Throws it backwards into his eye.
So, with that 6, and you're aiming right at the shed window, the throwing star hits a velocity which you did not think you were capable of throwing, and it shatters the glass immediately. And you go, why did I hurt my arm so much if I could have just broken things with throwing stars? Now, when you look at it, and you look at the shed, and where you just chucked that star, it pierces some cork, falls back behind the shed wall, and out of your sight. You cannot reclaim the throwing star you just threw. But you can open the small little slidey window. I believe it is big enough for you to wriggle your body in through the window.
do that.
The door is still locked from the outside, so the only way in and out is going to be through the window for you. So you do climb in, and on the blue bench in front of you, you do note the truck car keys, which I imagine you're going to want to pick up, and you could add those to your inventory.
No, I'm going to pick them up and instantly hand them over to them in case I die.
Who are you handing them to?
I don't trust either of you yet.
Okay.
Then die.
Well, okay, you gave me chocolate, which is okay because, but you gave me a shirt to help with my wound, so I'm gonna give it to Cannibal.
All right, I'll take the keys.
You now have the truck keys, and you're standing outside.
That way, just in case something.
But still in there, and I will allow you to interact with one thing that is still in the
What do we
truck.
see? What do we see?
Let me just find where the fuck I wrote the truck instructions.
You
Go and get in the truck and get the cattle prod.
Yeah, because then you finally have a weapon.
Well, I mean, I do have.
What do you have?
I have a makeshift flamethrower with the
That's true.
hairspray and the Zippo.
So in the shed, in the corner behind the one workspace is an old shovel. Hanging off of the tool rack is very specifically a claw hammer, a flashlight, a baton, and an axe. And then in front of you on the other table is the truck's keys that you already tossed.
I yell axe or flashlight to you guys. I want to hear both your opinions. Both valuable.
Axe.
Is it a good flashlight?
It strikes you as a security guard's flashlight.
Flashlight.
So it's one of the longer ones, and it has a stronger singular beam that goes outward, not spread.
So you think that you could punch someone pretty hard with it too?
It does
Yeah.
have a
Yeah, you
does
could
have a
clock
good
that to
kick.
multi-tool,
You could probably bust glass with that type of
Okay,
flashlight.
that's what I'm picking then.
Add security flashlight to your inventory.
That's a good move.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for the call for the type of flashlight.
Yes. Because that does make a difference.
So let me explain this one. The flashlight strikes you as military grade, and you look over at the baton it was sitting next to, and you think that they were paired at some point, used somewhere years ago. The flashlight still works. It has a strong, steady beam. the baton does look sturdy, but you opt for the flashlight instead. It is one of those long ones, one of those back ones that security guards, and you absolutely can whack something on the back of the head with it. It is one of those really long ones. Now, at the very bottom of the flashlight, you do mark an insignia of some kind. I do not have a specific drawing for it or anything that you need to remember, but it strikes you as like Russian.
Okay, so you'll tell me if I see it again, basically.
Doesn't matter, just a fun little Easter egg. No.
Fun fact.
Fun fact, it is a
fun fact.
It is owned by
Easter
someone who went to a facility somewhere. So that is your turn. Let's pop back over. I will say that with the transference back over to Django, I will say it is full on nighttime. You guys are outside in the dark. Do any of you have any ways of light, or is the flashlight now your only?
I have a shitty flashlight.
You have a shitty flashlight?
And I'm now holding the other flashlight.
And you're now holding the other one. Are you popping back out the window, or are you staying in the shed for right now?
I'm staying in the shed.
Move your character into that box
Yeah, sure.
off of the thing.
Get that shitty flashlight ready, because I ain't got no light.
I'm ready.
It's just one room, right? There's nothing.
It is just
I
that
got
one.
my
I just want to make sure
phone
I got
I have a
everything.
lighter, too,
So
but I
now that it
don't
is
have
fully nighttime and you're feeling a little tired, Django, what are you doing in that master bedroom?
Give him the axe.
There is some stuff you could still interact with. There's the bell, the closet. That's it. You could open the closet. You could interact with the bell, but regardless, you are feeling tired.
Sleepy baby.
It's not status induced tiredness.
Yeah.
But you're getting there.
No, if I'm feeling sleepy, I'll turn it in. Can I is there any thing on the painting, like the frame, to hang a blanket or a comforter in front of it?
Like to cover it?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You could take one of the loose blankets off. You find that the master bed has multiple linens for some reason. It's just more extravagantly made than the rest of the beds in the house. You grab one of the loose ones, or maybe even a pillowcase that you weren't using, and you cover the painting of the woman holding the orange.
Thank you for the orange, and then I throw it.
All the same, her stare remains.
Yeah. And then
with a little bit of a grin there.
I hate her.
I'll tuck in.
You're gonna tuck in. You're gonna go to bed.
I'm gonna tuck in. I heard a faint tinkle of glass from outside, and I was like, maybe I should. And then I was like, you know what?
Something broke. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
That's we were just talking about this on an episode. We were like, someone could break into our house, and I'll be like, sounds like someone broke in here, and I'd just turn around and go back to bed.
I told him the best thing you can do if there is ghostly shit in your house while it's happening, go the fuck to bed. What are they gonna do?
What are they gonna do?
Nothing happens if you're asleep. They wake you up to do stuff to you. Go to bed.
Go to fuck to
Don't
sleep.
give them the attention.
So, I'm gonna say your turn ends with you going to sleep, and I will tell you how that's working out for you next turn. We are back at Tenron.
What's on top of the whatever you call this?
Oh, that's a closet.
The closet. What's on top of it?
So there is a closet. There's nothing on top of it, but you can interact with the closet. You are in guest bedroom 1.
There was something on top of the.
So, in the closet,
Yeah.
you choose to open it.
Yeah, I'm gonna open this closet. I'm scared too, guys. Pee in my underwear.
Are you actually scared? Do you actually
Yes.
have a scared token on you?
I do.
Roll 2 dice for me.
But I also have a brave token.
You could choose to negate the scared's effect and give me both of them, or you could roll 2.
I'm gonna roll 2. Let's see what I got. 6 and a 5.
Ooh, wow.
Give me your scared.
Good fear.
You did
Give me your scared.
Guys, calm down, alright? It's just a roll. It's just a dice roll, guys.
Come on, guys. I can't fit all those compliments in my ass.
You swing the door open, and you find that there's quite literally nothing in there but old clothes, and maybe there is a very large puffy jacket of some kind. It is orange. It has a little patch on the right-hand side that I believe marks Antarctica with a helicopter symbol.
Check the pockets.
No, I'm going to tell you right now that the only use of the jacket is if you want to take it with you and or wear it. Do you want to put it on right now?
Sure.
It's for strange
Yeah.
jackets.
You are going to write next to status, lucky. When you put on the jacket, it's very puffy. It's a big old parka. It has a fur-lined hood. When you put it on, you feel super comfy, super secure, nice and warm, no longer cold or scared from whatever you just saw outside. You thought it was a guy. You know, it could have been playing tricks on you, but you feel good.
Woo! Hell
You feel lucky.
That my turn?
No.
Oh, thank God. Oh, God. Let me get out of this bedroom. I'm warm. I'm ready. I do want to try to find something that can help me get into the lake. I don't know. Oh, well,
Everyone said don't go to the lake.
tomorrow, though, you know.
Funny.
Yeah,
Funny how
tomorrow.
you haven't been to the lake and you're retaining that information.
I'm just saying, because you know why? Because they
You're
said
in the
not to
living
fucking
room.
go.
You're in the living room. There is the phone, the fireplace, and the front window. If you want to interact with any of those,
I'll
those
do
three are interactable.
Look at the front window. That's so funny. Why?
You just keep looking out windows.
You catch on
There's
fire.
nothing wrong with a little window looking.
I'm pretty sure a specific NPC told you not to look out
Looking for
any
hot
of the
babes.
windows. Multiple
Very
times.
specific, and
Where's this hot
told you
forest?
not to look
Not
out
yet.
any
I am
window.
almost certain that an NPC
why I
told you
love these-
specifically not to look
I
out.
was genuinely waiting for you to do
These
this
hot
at this
forest
moment.
nymphs.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Hold the phone.
You're fucked.
I'm going to the... No, I'm kidding. Let's do this.
So a couple things are going to happen all at once. You look outside and you make note. You are on that side of the house. You see the car. I don't know if you can make it out, but you definitely see two people out on the left, and they're looking at the shed. You can't make it out because they're on the other side of the shed, kind of looking into it. You know they went off in that direction. You can't see any living people, but just as you look further down the trail, and I will say, specifically at the bridge, can you put this token down in front of the covered bridge for me?
Oh, fuck.
Almost oddly, at that very specific moment that you look out the window, you are just spiked with two things.
I'm hiding in the shed.
The first thing I need you to do is roll me a die for the window.
Okay. Doom.
So the shed is closed.
We all gotta
3.
It doesn't scare you, but when you look at the window, you realize it's covered in handprints, and they are coming from outside.
Okay. I'm gonna
Can you
lock
roll
that-
again
I'm
for
gonna
me?
Lock that front door.
Can you roll again for me?
I don't know. You guys are
You
outside.
cocky
Can you roll again for me?
Yes, Captain, I will. 3.
Again, you are not scared,
Okay.
but you recognize this as the woman who was walking in the field earlier.
Jesus.
We will call
fucking
her.
Christ.
We will call her the woman in white.
Oh shit.
Oh,
That's great.
wait,
Oh, no.
is that my woman in white? Oh, no, it's okay. She's cool. Not really.
We did get to something that happened in a Cannibal Siren story. She just didn't realize that you had triggered it
Okay.
already.
I am closing and locking the front door. I don't give a shit. I don't know who's outside. I don't know. I'm just assuming everybody's inside.
I will make you roll to close and lock the front door.
I'm gonna use my brave token.
You're gonna use your brave to lock the door.
You're such a slut.
Roll 2 dice.
How could you?
4.
I'm gonna say you locked it. Give me the brave.
Oh God! Everybody!
What do you mean, everybody? You're in an empty house.
I hope you're all upstairs.
You know that they went outside. You physically locked the door on it.
killing 2
Hey, you want this orange?
I didn't think
Give
it
me
would
the
end so
brave,
quickly.
please. Pass it to
I hope you're all inside.
Like, you watch this go outside.
You know for a fact that Frowns, Cannibal, and Gestalt are outside.
Watch this go.
I didn't
Literally
think this
said,
would
"See you
end so
soon."
soon.
No, I don't. I was getting while I was getting scared by the painting apparition. Everybody else was doing their own thing and leaving. I didn't know where anybody was.
Yeah, but I'm telling you that when you looked out the window, you saw movement coming from a light.
You saw figures.
Well, I saw figures. I don't know what they were.
You fucking
I'm seeing a lot of stuff tonight.
I could have been locked
So anyway,
because of the figures.
let's move. Let's move. I'm gonna keep you kind of freaked out standing there. Let's move on to frowns.
Oh, where's he standing in front of the window to see me fucking walk in front of it?
He ran back into the middle of the map.
Great.
He's no longer at the front door.
All right, you want to toss me that axe, buddy?
Sure. Toss him the axe that's in the shed.
Put an axe in your inventory.
So do we see her?
You haven't looked at her yet.
Okay.
If you're looking at
And she's not making any noise.
Okay,
So there's
yeah,
no
no, I'm
reason
not
that you
looking.
would-
So we're just
There's
like,
no
"Ah!"
reason that you would look at her unless you're walking back.
All right, so we don't know she's there.
The truck is probably in the way from you seeing her.
Okay, so I mean, all right, so we have to pretend we don't know she's there, right?
Right.
Correct.
All right, so we're gonna break into this car, right?
Yep, here's the keys.
All right. So I'm
So
gonna.
Frowns, on your way to the car, you can't help but notice and look at the bridge just because it comes into your peripheral vision, and you do notice a woman standing there, and you cannot make out her facial expression. She is wearing a white dress that is slowly swaying in the wind.
There is wind.
All right,
There is no. You feel when you look at her sad more than anything. Are you still going to the car?
Yeah.
You're using the keys?
Yeah.
You open the car door. Are you crawling inside to the carriage?
Yeah.
You crawl in, and I make note again of the cattle prod that's hanging up on the back and the first aid kit that is in the glove compartment. Are you taking either of those?
It was I'm gonna take both.
I'm gonna say you can only take one.
I'll leave it open for you. I'll take the first aid kit.
Add old first aid kit to your inventory.
And then this is gonna be very. I'm gonna walk to her.
Oh my god.
Well, I was.
Wait, what?
Okay, so there's one question. I need you to not think about it too much. Are you leaving the keys with the car? Are you turning the car on? Or are you just taking the keys and walking to the woman in white?
I'm dropping the keys on the ground.
Okay.
And I'm walking up to her. And I have my peace tea in hand.
Oh man.
And I'm gonna kind of offer it to her. I want to have some time with her.
Put your character right in front of her.
I want to just spend some time with her. She seems sad and lonely, and I just want to spend some time with her.
She goes from looking at the cabin behind you to kind of looking at you, and then kind of looks back at the cabin and walks right past you. So put the token closer to the, let's say, to the car, looking out the front door.
I was trying to be like,
There are many middle fingers being chucked to Tenron Otrin as the woman in white gets closer to the port.
I was trying to be like Kylie Jenner with the Pepsi, like.
She does not take it. She does not even acknowledge you.
He's sad. Can I pray for her?
With your beads?
Yeah. Can I pray for her?
Sorry, I'm just remembering the story.
I remember this one.
Yeah, me too.
I feel bad. I just want to pray for her.
Yeah, me too.
I love it because I'll pray for you can be really sweet, but what I feel like I always hear it as like super condescending.
I'll pray for
They're
you.
like, I'll pray for you, honey, because you fucking need it, Satan slut. Like
That's right. Satan slut. Tits out.
Tits out for Satan. Down to Satan and eat ass.
That's right.
That's the moral of this game. And don't go into lakes at night.
I'm going to say that when you do pray for her, she shows no visible acknowledgement of you, and as far as you're concerned, it didn't do anything.
Okay.
She's busy.
She's busy. I will confirm that. Whose turn was that?
That was brave. Do I get anything for that?
No, because she isn't inherently threatening to you.
Okay.
So you walking up to a woman in the middle of the night really, you already have a couple braves. I'm not trying to hand them out like Tic Tacs.
Okay. Fair. All right.
Plus, okay, you know what I'll do? Take away that other scared. Take away that other scared.
I didn't know what was going to happen there, man.
No, and
I could have done
and
it.
that's fair, but I told you the minute you looked at her, before you even walked over there, when you were opening the car, that she did not throw off a threatening vibe to you. Cannibal Siren, you are standing outside of the shed. You do have the ability to look in. Gestalt is still in there. You can talk to him. You can try and talk to Frowns.
So
the woman just walked right behind you, and you did witness it, because now she is very clearly in between you and the cabin.
So is she anywhere? Does she seem at all interested in me?
No,
is there anything about her
she
that
is not
seems...
looking at. She walks right past you guys.
Okay, I'm gonna look at her. Does he know what's going on? Can he see it through the window?
He's in the shed.
I'm gonna relay very quickly what's just
think of the same
happening.
orientation.
Okay.
Let's say the window is on that
like
side.
here,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Or on the other side.
Yeah, either way. Either
okay.
way.
So I'm just gonna let him know what's going on first.
What do you mean a woman?
Just a woman. She seems.
What do you mean a girl?
She kind of exacerbates my depression a little bit.
Because she just appears so fucking sad.
I need meds.
Do you have alcohol?
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Funny you
yes.
should ask.
And then you hear Frowns in the background. She didn't want my PC.
So I'm gonna I'm like, okay.
You're allowed to acknowledge her or not acknowledge her.
I'm not going to acknowledge her. If
Fair
she's not
enough.
acknowledging me, I'm not going to acknowledge her.
Fair enough.
The first rule of ghosts is don't fucking acknowledge them. I will live and die by that. So
That's
I'm going
fair.
to pick up the keys, and I'm going to go to the truck, and I'm going to get the goddamn cattle prod.
Oh, you're getting the cattle prod?
Yes.
Add cattle prod to your inventory.
Does it work?
Oh, absolutely. Zap zap. Very powerful.
Zap
zap.
Great.
It's one of the new age ones. It has the extender, the two tip points.
Damn.
You can tell it gets cows fucking moving.
That Airbnb money must really
No,
be...
it's a big house.
Uncle Hoss is really rolling in it from...
That's my cattle prod.
Well, it's mine
You want to
now.
call me talk about my cattle prod?
Absolutely not, because it's my cattle prod.
Oh, damn. You breaking my truck?
No, I unlocked it.
Oh, that's fair, though. I left those keys there. Anyway,
So I have a cattle prod now.
you are now in the truck with the car keys. What are you doing?
Is there anything else in the truck that looks interesting at all or helpful?
Nope.
Okay. Can I try to start the truck? Just for fun.
Roll to start the truck.
Just see. 5.
So fucking ready for this, dude. I knew you would be the one to fucking trigger this. I just fucking knew it.
I want to leave!
You're gonna fucking bring her back. That's what you're gonna do.
No, I'm trying to leave.
No, you get the fun one.
That's
So,
not good.
So glad I didn't do that.
Yeah, well.
You turn the keys in this old truck and the transmission hitches, and it definitely takes another harder go. It's one of those and then it physically rattles. It's an old fucking truck, and it brings itself to life, and big old gust of fucking smoke busts out the tailpipe. This thing is fucking old. Uncle Hoss doesn't use this very often. It is just solely for transportation of livestock and what have you.
Right.
And whatever. Can you put actually no, you're good where you are. Think of it that way. As you start the car and it rattles and screeches to life, it echoes out into the forest. It is so fucking loud, it makes like a shotgun noise when the exhaust hitches. And when you hear that go off, far off in the distance, much to the same degree, just as loud, just as powerful, a boom answers the same noise off in the distance. And I'm gonna say that your turn ends there.
What have you done?
Gestalt, you're in a shed.
Cabin's locked.
I know. That's
I'm gonna eat my granola bar.
There's a back door.
I'm gonna eat my granola bar. What happens? Like my health bar. I have 2 damage.
Roll for it.
5.
I will allow you to add another physical square behind your...
Okay.
And you also kill that bar.
Yep, bar's gone. Cool. I am going to, upon hearing that there is a woman in white walking towards the house.
You also heard both of the booms, the boom of the truck and the boom of the distance.
God himself.
Let's just say the thing.
Did it sound ominous to me? The boom.
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm going to skip my turn by hiding in the shed, but I'm going to quickly ask: is there anything in there else of value?
Oh, there's still tons of stuff in the shed.
Okay, cool. Because I'm just going to rummage until I die.
I can't allow you to take everything in one turn, but I will.
Of course.
If you are passing your turn while in there, I can see what else is in there for you to use.
Yeah,
you gave the axe to Frowns. Mm-hmm. You have the flashlight.
I do.
The keys were given to Siren. That leaves the shovel, the rope, the claw hammer, and the baton.
I'm gonna save the rope this turn.
You find coiled in the corner next to the shed what is probably 10 feet. Let's just ballpark 3 or 4 yards of rope. Put it in your inventory. And you are physically choosing to stay there and pass your turn.
Can I do it like an Overwatch? Basically meaning like I would like to pass my turn, not do anything, and if someone needs me, sort of thing.
If that happens, I will.
And if not, then I'm totally cool with it being
that's
passed.
Fine. We get back to Django, who's asleep, who doesn't hear Tenron downstairs yelling for help, nor the booms or the shotgun call of help, or the shotgun or subsequent boom from outside. He is in the throes of deep, deep sleep. In his dreams, he gets into a very sweaty and very uncomfortable sleep, and he tosses and turns. In his mind, he can see the beautiful woman from the locket in the bathroom, brushing her hair eloquently in the mirror and smiling to herself and being gorgeous and full of life. And there is almost a low chant in the background of your dream. Daruma-san fell down, Daruma-san fell down, Daruma-san fell down, and it just gets louder and louder as your dream goes on. And it does show how at one point when this woman was brushing her hair and turned around, she did slip in the bathroom and her head caught the corner of the porcelain tub, and she fell in and drowned in the tub as it was filling with water from both the concussion and from the water that poured over her unconscious body. You are experiencing severe chills to the point where when you see her body in that tub, you feel as if you're creeping in on her. If we're visualizing it, you are slowly zooming in on her body, and just as you get close and the water starts to pool red and then dip over the cover of the porcelain tub, dripping blood water onto the clean white tile floor and down the drain in the middle of the room, you see her eyes open and you blink yourself awake. You are sweaty, sitting in the bedroom, and you are on top of the bed. For the very fucking life of you, you think you hear something coming from the bathroom.
Fuck everyone. Fuck everyone and everything.
Yeah.
Help! Help! There's something outside. I locked the front door. I hope you're here. I hope you're all inside.
It's normal for Tenron. That's what he says every day, so that's not anything to be concerned about.
Going through a fuse.
I very slowly creak open the bathroom door.
Do you really?
Yeah, I really do. It's bad, but how can I miss out on story?
I'm gonna need you to roll, and you are scared.
I'm so scared.
So roll 2 dice.
I would love to miss out on story. Actually.
Really?
Story's coming to you.
That's a Uno.
Really?
That's a critical fail.
That's a Uno.
Take a mental damage, and I'm gonna give you another scared, and I'm also gonna give you a token to put on the bathtub. When you look in and peer in through the crack of the door, you do appear to see what looks like a wet and drowned woman just laying. And she wasn't there before, but she's very clearly there now. Let me roll real quick.
Just
something outside.
Close the door.
She is sleeping in the tub full of water.
Oh, that's what they call
and
it now.
you see her body, but she is not moving. So
can't handle dead people in your tubs.
I don't know if I want to cut you there and move on. I feel like that's a good spot to cut. So we'll move on to Tenron. Tenron, you are ground floor by yourself.
I'm going upstairs.
You go up the stairs to the blue carpet, and Django, are you making any noises? Do you hear him when he asks if anyone is out there?
Deliberately no.
I'm also gonna say with a crit fail of 1, you have nothing on your mind except for the fucking woman in the tub.
There you go.
Alright, well then I'm going to the attic.
Shit, he's beelining straight for the fucking attic. Alright, so he goes up into the attic. Connect this to the
anybody
just put it next to the basement, maybe.
Is there anybody up here?
So he comes up through the attic stairs, the attic ladder.
That's really bad.
Furthest away from the window, going from left to right, there's a very large rectangular box on your left, kind of spaced away from all the other boxes. You can also see, put this on the left side next to those boxes in that long rectangular one. It's a boom box sitting on top of those boxes.
Oh, how fun.
Yeah,
somewhere over there.
That's fine. Yeah, that's
Bring it
good.
to that lady in the bathtub so she can have
Closest to the window.
Throw it in.
You hand this to closest to the window, the middle one in the middle of the opening. You could see a small furry creature just kind of looking outside. But then you also do notice in the right-hand corner, there seems to be some side of tarp or tapestry that is covering a large standing figure.
Is it Gizmo?
No.
I look at the figure. I look at the draped or the.
So there are boxes, the draped figure, the rectangular box, and the boom box, and then the little furry guy.
The draped figure.
You want to look at the draped figure?
Move to attempt to remove the covering.
I'm just going to allow you to remove it. You do pull the thing back, and what you are met with confuses you. One mirror was entirely sealed up against another mirror, and it has been nailed in around the board on both sides, creating like a sandwich type of thing, and you can't really wrap your head around it. Why would someone nail 2 mirrors together? But you can tell from the back that it's like a loose backing used to replace glass sheets. So you can make out that it is a mirror, but you can't pry them apart. You can't look into them. It's just odd. It's like someone put this specific thing up here to forget about it.
It's almost like an infinite.
Is there anything else in the attic?
No.
There's the right side storage, the left side storage,
The furry
boom
creature.
box, the big old rectangular, and then there's the furry creature.
Take a look at this furry creature.
When you get closer, it turns around and it looks at you.
Dear God.
And you can tell you've never seen anything like this before in your life. but you don't feel threatened, because to you it almost looks like a little cat, a little Furby. I think it looks most like a Furby with a very wide smile.
Oh my god.
I hate it.
Big old eyes, big old ears, a tiny little button nose, and a wide smile. It addresses you first. Upon looking at it, can you roll 2 dice for me?
Dear God.
A 2 and a 1. Wow, that's really bad. So pull out your character sheet. You are going to take 1 physical and 1 mental loss upon looking at him. You've never seen anything like it. It scares the shit out of you to the point where you don't like it. But he does talk to you and he goes, oh, hello there. My name is Mr. Widemouth. How can I assist you this evening?
I feel compelled to attack you.
I can't say I blame you for your impulses, but you might not want to try that.
I'm not going to. I felt the need to share with you that I...
to share it. I like that impulse. And he looks at you and he goes, thank you for telling me.
Fuck off.
Do you actually tell him to fuck off?
Yeah.
Are you sure about that?
Fuck right off.
He disappears completely from the room.
Thank God.
With the blink of an eye, he disappears completely. I want to let you know that Mr. Widemouth is
he's gone now.
An NPC of good fortune. It was just that the look upon him scared you. He's gone from the game, so you can't talk to him anymore. But let me tell you, he might have helped you with your situation had you not told him to fuck off.
No,
I hate him. I hate that.
He's fucked right off. Clear as dawn.
You told him to fuck off, he goes, as you wish, and as you blink and open your eyes back up, he is gone.
Thank God. I know my next move.
I will end your turn.
End my life.
There.
Boombox and some fucking Kid Rock.
Jumping out the window.
No,
Jumping out the window.
Mr. Widemouth is a very specific type of NPC, and I would say there are 3 of them available for gameplay, because they are the types of NPCs where you can go to them for information, but they have a cost. So, he comes, he goes, but he's not the only thing in this cabin that operates on that frequency.
He would have taken my coat.
The cost is my sanity.
I forgot you had the coat.
I have the coat, yeah. I'm warm and fuzzy. And lucky.
Lucky.
Is that a good thing for me?
I'm thinking about keeping Mr. Widemouth there. Because you're lucky.
Oh, the coat's lucky.
The coat's lucky.
Well, I
Should I
hate
roll?
Mr. Widemouth. Just based on his character.
No, because you were genuine and when you were telling him to fuck off, and that's what he cares about the most, is that you actually banished him. He can't operate if you're not looking for help.
Can he appear somewhere
I'm
else?
gonna say he's gone.
He's gone.
He's gone.
Cyanide, I didn't like him anyway.
Yeah, he was creepy. I didn't like him.
Out of
No one
America.
liked him. So I'm gonna say you're up there and you're looking out the attic window out onto the to the ground floor, and very clearly standing in front of the porch, looking directly up at you from the top window, is the lady in white who just has her eyes fucking dead set on you.
Good. I'm ready.
What did you do?
I think I
My
have a
turn
finger
is
from
done.
stress.
Your turn is done. Frowns. Frowns, where are you? You're at the bridge.
I locked the door.
Wait until she walks around to the other one.
I've played Friday the 13th.
I dive through the window. I take 1 physical damage, but it doesn't matter. I stand up and I keep running. Frowns, what are you doing? Oh, you're going through the forest?
I'm drawing a little light.
I ain't going that way. I'm going... Hey guys, something really fucked is coming from this way.
What do you mean?
Didn't you hear that noise?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the truck.
I'm going this way.
You're cutting north.
Yeah.
Can you pull out north? It's the one with the...
Come
Bubbles.
join me!
as you run across the front of the house, looking through the windows, you don't actually see anyone on the bottom floor. You wonder internally what is happening to Django and Tenron, because you haven't seen either of them in a while. But you do run around past the back door. You get out into the middle of this fork in the road to go left or right, and you know that left leads you back to the lakefront. And you know that to the right, the smell has dissipated, but there is something off in the woods there, and kind of skipping lightly across the road is the figure of small creatures, and then directly in front of you is what appears to be some type of large black structure. Do you have any way to see right now? Do you have a flashlight?
I have a lighter.
You're running around in the dark, my dude. I just want to remind you of that. So I am going to judge you based on that belief. What is it you want to do right now? Now you're in the north of the woods.
I guess I would say I would ask the fairies for help.
So you walk over to the fairies, and the fairies are kind of skipping across the front of the road.
What?
The fairies are kind of skipping across the front of the road, and Cannibal Siren...
I'm so stressed.
Cannibal Siren...
I got my lighter, and I'm just like...
Yeah, you're kind of just, going full amnesia, dark descent with it. And,
I'm brave as fuck, though.
Let me find where the fairies are real quick.
I'm super
You're like,
fucking
I'm
brave.
just throwing it out there. I'm brave as
fuck.
You other sluts got nothing on
That's
how
right.
fine.
You think you as fabulous as me,
The fairies
bitch?
look at you,
don't fucking know.
and the fairies look at you, and they dance. They dance almost in like a little circle around you. They're just like they don't make any noises. Fairies don't really speak, but they are kind of dancing around you. And what
I
they
bow,
do,
by the way. I bow.
Great, you do that. So I want to say that the fairies continue down the right path and disappear into that section of the woods.
Right here?
Correct. You could leave them there if you want. They do, as they're dancing away, kind of beckon you, leading like a little march.
Fucking, I'm going.
They're just like, come on.
Not all fairies are bad.
That is that I.
They're mischievous, but not all fairies are
severely
bad.
Disagree. The Fae are old gods who want nothing but discord and chaos. They have no interest in helping you.
Not helping, but no, they're not all out to kill you. Some of they're just mischievous. They like to play
You're
tricks.
Right. Sometimes
and
they
they're
switch your
pranksters.
babies. Sometimes they'll switch your head with something else.
But I'm gay,
instead.
so they know
Sometimes
they
they'll
can't
take
get
all of your
babies from
toenails
me.
And put them in your teeth.
So as you walk into the northeast of the woods, you do make note of a very tall, very handmade tree house off to your left. You see an opening directly diagonally across to what seems to be dirt and dirt mounds, and you see another opening to its right, but it's the opposite kind. It's an opening that goes down, and it's just a lack of trees. The fairies do beckon you, and as you continue down that pathway, they disappear southward into the woods.
Oh, I kind of want to check out the treehouse.
I want you to move the fairies off of that page into the
69.
Into the
That's my favorite. Oh, I have to keep going. That's my favorite number.
I want to look at the treehouse, but 69.
Nice.
Yeah.
You want to keep following the fairies?
Yeah, it's my favorite number. I can't not.
You're gonna get your
What
shit
is this? Your
kicked out of
story?
No, I
know.
know a lot of things about fairies, and just based on literally any research at all, this is a really bad idea.
Are they not NPCs?
No, I'm acting as them. They are NPCs. They're not going to inherently do anything to damage you, but I said they are not inherently going to do anything to damage you. Doesn't mean they won't lead you to something else that does. So, can you remove both of those north sections of the woods? You are now standing in.
Well, I might want to come back to that treehouse.
That's fine. You can flip. Just flip it over. Just flip it over. Hand this to me.
I can't use my arm.
Put that right next to other way.
Oh, I know what that is.
Other way.
I know what that is too.
That's the way.
I know what that is.
So you walk into this section of the woods, and right where your die is, actually cut your fairies into the woods closer to you in between. Yeah. Let's say a little bit further in. When you walk into this section of the woods, the fairies dart to the left. Now it's almost like they're excited. They're marching and they're pacing, and you know, you followed them this far and they're just like, now they run right to their destination. They're like, yeah, like come. But you do also notice a structure off into the woods down in the south.
No.
So what do you
Oh, I'm gonna bow. They can't see me, and I'm booking it. I'm not going there. So I want to go back to that treehouse.
The fairies are not taking you to the stairs.
Oh,
They are asking you to follow them into the woods.
Yeah, but I don't trust Ed being anywhere near that.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm fucking off.
He sees the stairs in the woods and goes back up into the northeast section. You can leave the fairies off the page, and you could flip that back over.
Oh, so
flip that page, yeah.
All right, I'm gonna go to the treehouse. And if anybody tries to fuck with me, I got a lighter. This mother's gonna burn.
I'll show them.
It's gonna. I got 3.
You'll see.
Hold on.
You'll see.
Before I even get into this, I have all 3 Bic lighters lit. I'm fucking ready. I'm gonna burn it all down.
Where are you holding the third one? Like in your mouth or?
I'm like
your
Wolverine
nose?
right now. I have 3 lighters going.
So you walk up to the tree, and the first thing you notice, as you bring your lighters closer to the tree, is that it has been carved with names around the entire fucking thing. This tree has existed for generations. This guy must have built this for his family years ago, before the B&B was even a thing. Anyone who's come here and stayed here over the years has found this tree on property and come and carved their names in. And you see tons of on the outside of the bottom of the trunk, you see tons of initials, hearts, arrows, the whole shebang. You know, red was here, all that shit. So you are choosing to go up into the treehouse.
Yes.
So you do go up into the treehouse, and when you reach the inside, you see that maybe this is why the tradition started, because you make out even more initials along the wood paneling on the inside and in the central husk of the tree that has been whittled down over time to make it easier to build the treehouse around it. But as you look closer at the names in the center husk of the tree, you can't help but notice that almost all of the names carved on that part of the tree start with either a K or a P, and you can't help but think that that's a little weird, and then something else sticks out to you. You notice 2 names that do not begin with a K or a P, and they are Sam and Whitney. So outside of the rest of that shit, you notice that a little pocket knife has been stabbed into that section of the tree, and on it is a little note that very specifically reads, "Underneath the triple tree there is a man who waits for me, and should I go or should I stay, my fate's the same either way." And you have the option to take the pocket knife.
I'm going to take it.
Add the pocket knife to your inventory. The note on the tree falls to the floorboards of the house, and you are going to end your turn still up there in the tree house. But again, the odd sensation of the names, very specifically as they exist right there, does stand out to you.
Can I pray? End my turn praying?
I will allow you to end your turn praying.
Thank you. This would have been so much better if I was a fucking shogun, but it doesn't make sense now.
Okay. You know what?
Great.
I will pray for the them and the Whitney.
Cannibal Siren, you have just started the car.
I did do that.
Leave.
I was there.
Drive the truck out.
From next to the shed, from also the south along to the bottom of the river, as tall as a tree, and with bright white eyes, comes crushing through the collection of trees.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, that's real bad.
You need,
whole tit.
you need to run.
That's
my
just
ass.
so
tit
bad.
sized.
That's so bad.
That's the whole tit right there.
That's the whole. That's like 6 tits. Okay.
With
That's
bright
enough.
eyes, this
Okay.
creature, let's call him the thing that stalks the fields. He takes one look at your loud, rustly fucking truck that's making all this fucking racket,
Oh, he's old and tired.
and he
I'm
He's
sorry.
a boomer.
I'm sorry, bro. Oh man, I
The
fucking
first-
woke a boomer up from his
He's
nap.
a war vet.
the first thing he does is fly into a fury and immediately tip the car over.
Shit. Okay.
The car is now immobilized,
Okay.
and this specific thing knows you are inside.
Okay.
It is going to...
It's like I'm fucked. Can I eat the cat?
It is going to bust through one of the windows, and it is going to try to grab you
What
through
is
the window.
what is it made of? I guess it doesn't matter if it's gonna grab
The thing?
me. Yeah.
It is a creature.
like, is it flesh or is
Yes.
it wood?
It is flesh.
All right.
But you can't make it out. It is very dark,
It's
and the
dark,
only
right.
thing bright about it is its eyes.
Okay.
I'm not going to give you the opportunity to hit it with a flashlight yet because it is attacking you.
I get that.
Oh, you have the prod.
I do have the prod.
I'm going to say that fails. It doesn't grab you, but you do have an opportunity of action. It does... The car is tipped over.
Okay.
You were on the bottom hand side. Gravity has brought you back against that window, and it has smashed the window looking down on you, and its hand is as big as the window and is trying to get through and grab you. Now, you do look at the car. The car is still on, but it's turned over. The wheels, the ignition isn't going to move. What I will point out is that you do have the window that the cattle prod was hanging from. Let's say that when he tipped the car over, just sheer force and gravity, the window behind you and the window on the side are both broken. So take 1 physical damage for laying on a bed of broken glass.
That's fair.
But there is an opening to,
Alright.
to your right.
I'm gonna try and scramble.
I want to get out of
Okay,
here.
so him, what do you have any brave? Do you have any scared?
I
Or you
have
just-
2 brave, and I do want to use one.
You want to use one. You're gonna roll 2 dice, so roll at advantage.
Okay. 2 3s.
2 3s, but you're spending a brave. I'll give it to you. It's not like you have.
And I'm lucky.
So my scale is more 1 2 failure, 3 4 average success, 5 6 critical success.
Okay.
Because I'd like to think 1 out of 3 is really what you should be punished for.
Right.
Not the other 2/3. So mild success says that you do cram through. You are now outside of the truck. You do cram through, and much like when you're trying to stick your hand in a pickle jar to get that bottom buttery chip, the thing that stalks the fields is stuck. Its arm is stuck in the car, and it notices you. Jump out through the side, and it's like screaming, trying to get its fucking arm back out of the window, but it can't, and it's being cut a little bit, so it doesn't like it.
Okay.
It is kind of momentarily taken advantage of. So you did squeeze out through the window.
I'm assuming I don't have the truck keys anymore, so I'm just gonna...
The truck, yeah, the truck is on.
Okay.
Can we move the woman in white to the back door?
Is that my turn?
No.
Or can I do
I'm
something
gonna
else?
give you the opportunity. I'm giving you opportunity of action to continue. What do you want to do with where you are right now?
I'm trying to decide because I don't know how effective running is going to be because this thing is fucking huge.
It is pretty big,
That's
but it's
like-
it rolled pretty bad, and it is momentarily at a loss.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to make it be mad at something else. So I can hide. I don't know if it would give a shit if there was a fire.
You won't know unless you try. That's just how this is gonna work.
How close am I to those bushes / trees?
You're close. I would actually more so put your character over near them. Yeah.
Can I? So I have the ability to make to do a homemade flamethrower with my Zippo and my hairspray.
Sure.
So I'm thinking maybe if I light the forest on fire, I'm hoping that might like piss it off or at least distract it.
I will allow you to start a small bush fire with one of the more puffier bushes off to the right. You can't light a tree quite yet.
I don't think that's
it does start right now. It is small, controllable, easy to be put out right now. But as I mentioned, he is stuck there. His arm is in the truck, and it took him force to knock over the truck, so he is going to be stuck there for a moment.
Okay.
So lighting the fire is kind of like a backup plan. Where are you running?
I'm thinking I'm gonna... The doghouse is too close and it's not structurally sound. I guess I'm just gonna go...
Gestalt is in this, is in the shed.
Right, but if I jump in the shed, then he's gonna grab the shed and then kill us both.
Thank you.
That seems pointless to me.
Respect +1.
I'm just
respect +1.
I'm just saying,
because
like,
the shed is not durable.
Yeah, I was about to say it's a shed. It's made of plywood and
roof.
like.
I would have him pull the roof off and try to grapple.
Yeah, it's like plywood and sadness, so it'll just
So
trap
what are you
us,
doing?
and we can't get out except through the window too. So it would just be 1,000 bad ideas.
So what are you doing? The idea of someone as small as you running off into the woods is not quite as ill-conceived as you might note.
You know what?
Because he is a big guy and has to look through trees.
I'm gonna head towards where Franz went. I'm gonna bolt towards Franz.
Do you want to go north, like true north?
Yeah.
Can someone put that back up there with the obelisk?
You do accidentally pass.
You do. No, you make note of it even. The woman in white that you once saw standing at the front door is now standing at the back, but her eyes have not stopped looking up. It's almost as if, as she's walking around, her sole focus is near the top of the house.
Honestly,
as she looks at.
I frankly have bigger problems.
Go to the fork in the road. You are at the fork. The fairies are not there. You do see a black structure immediately in front of you out into the woods, and you do smell something off to your right.
Okay.
And you vaguely remember Franz running off in this direction, but you cannot tell from your current perspective.
I was about to say, I don't remember if
you never gave your walkie-talkie to someone.
No, I didn't.
Think about that next time.
I didn't, yeah. So.
If you want to throw it in the window at Gestalt, I'll allow you to do that before you run off.
You know what? Sure. You can have my other walkie-talkie.
You exchange walkie-talkies with Gestalt.
Yeah.
Okay. And you say, sorry bro, take it off true north. See ya.
I also am like, stay there.
Don't get out of there.
Just stay right the fuck there. Not that you were planning on doing anything else, but... So wait, do I remember that Franz said he was going that way?
No.
No, okay.
You don't know what direction, you can't. Because he doesn't have a flashlight and you can't see anything glowing.
I don't want to turn my flashlight on either.
I got 3 big lighters.
Yeah, but you're in a fucking tree house. 100 yards away from her. So, you are just looking at this fork in the road and there's nothing going on except the obelisk, the smell, and the path either left or right.
You know what? Do I know the lake is that way?
You do know the lake is that way.
I know the lake is bad. I know that much. I'm going that way. I know.
The lake is bad. So you go right. And as you do go right and you get closer to the tree, you see a small glow coming from inside of the tree house. And you also notice the same 2 openings in the woods out in front of you.
Does anything that looks like a hiding, like, is there any like hole or like a bush that I can like bury myself in or something?
You see 2 openings in the woods, and I'd like to think you can kind of make out what they are based on you looking down at the physical map's representation.
Like, I'm not
so
gonna
you
jump
tell
into
me
a random hole in the ground.
That's what you just said.
I know, but I mean,
you're like, is there a hole? And
I'm thinking
like,
of
you're
like
looking at a page with a hole.
Well, I'm not thinking a pit. I'm thinking a shallow hole where I can like, bury myself like a fucking ostrich or something.
I will say that there is a tree house with a glow coming from it to your left. There is an opening with mounds off directly in front of you, and to your right there seems to be a divot that goes and cuts down into the earth.
Is it like that deep? Like I can't.
Are you choosing to walk over there and inspect the hole?
You know what? No, I'm going to the treehouse.
You're going to the treehouse.
Yep.
As you get to the bottom, you scramble and you do notice all the signed things, and you're kind of just like, Franz! Franz! And you're like scrambling up the treehouse.
And then I blow out the lighters.
And you go up there and you blow out the lights, and you're like, I've seen some fuck shit tonight, Franz.
I relay to Franz all that has happened.
Shut up. He is surprised. He also shows you the fun triple tree, the man waits for me nursery rhyme note, which is very fun.
I am not interested right now.
And he says, I found a pocket knife.
Yep, nope, it is be quiet time.
And you also note that the only two normal names on the tree, other than the sea of K's and P's, is both Sam and Whitney. And I will end your turn there. What is the question you have on your face?
I have a locket with twins in it. I'm just curious if there's any relation. Probably not.
No.
If you're not immediately saying
there
yes.
is not a relation between Sam and Whitney, and the way that the Sam name is written is very crudely on the tree, so it appears to be a boy's handwriting, whereas Whitney has delicate font work put into it to almost appear cursive-esque, which would equate to a female penmanship.
Thank God they gendered the names, or I'd be just fucked,
I have to, based on the question you just asked. You're stuck in a shed.
So I like to see that the table. Can I go underneath the table like it's an earthquake?
You're like...
Yeah, I will allow you to just kind of hide back up in there.
I'm gonna, on the walkie-talkie, really quietly go, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo, wee woo. That's it. That's my turn. The end.
This was a mistake.
I am going to wait a turn or two before I peer out, so I'm just pretend I'm not here, unless something happens.
As you look out that window, you are directly met with a bushfire that has started to pick up into a larger flame, and what appears to be a creature wrestling a truck. Are you passing your turn again, staying in the shed?
For the sake of character, yes, but remember, I'm underneath the table now. So technically...
The stalker didn't even know you were in the shed.
Yes, but if he looks in the shed, now he doesn't see anything.
He would have to get on ground level, and he cannot make that out from the tin roof.
I'm underneath the
He
table.
is taller than the shed.
He's very busy.
Think of it as a dog hiding underneath a coffee table. There's just no way that you'd actually know the dog is down there unless you get down and go, oh, hey.
I understand. Okay, then I would like to see if the woman, before I end my turn, I'd like to peer out and see if the woman in white is there very calmly.
Roll to peer out the window.
Roll to peer.
I rolled a 1!
Cut your neck all the way open on glass.
No, it's not that bad, but it's bad. As you peer out the window, you do kind of... the glass from the window does make a noise. There is a slight shatter. The thing that stalks the woods immediately locks its eyes on you hiding in the shed.
Okay, I take a throwing star and I chuck it that way. Like, into the car. Like,
what? What are you doing?
Loud glass shattering.
Explain what you
I'm
are
taking
doing.
a throwing
He
star.
sees you.
I'm taking a throwing
He
star.
has fucking night vision.
And you're like...
I'm taking
and you're going, ooh, 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 and you throw something?
Yes.
Get the stick.
Okay, roll
I'm
to
taking a
throw a
into
throwing
the
star off
window.
towards the window of the other car.
I rolled a 1.
Back in your eye.
It veers off into the wilderness, and you hear a chuck, and you have no idea where it lands. Take a throwing star away from your inventory. It is off into the woods to be lost and never found again.
Is he seeing this?
The thing looks off into the direction of the chuck of the wood getting snapped by something, and then very slowly looks back at the shed with its giant white eyes beaming down on you like spotlights.
Fine, screw this. I'm taking a turn. I'm going outside. And I'm
Jump out the window.
I'm going
what
to
are you doing?
I'm going to try the front door. I mean, I know the answer, but I didn't know that. So I'm going to try the front door.
Run to the front door. Roll for me. Do you have a scared or anything?
No. I rolled a 4.
You are at the front door. It is locked and you cannot open it.
Okay, I'm going to the back door to open it.
You just shove the woman in white out of the way, like...
No, every time you guys advance, I have to advance time a little bit.
So she's in
when
house.
you get to the back door, let's put her at the bottom stairway. Yeah. When you get to the back door, it's already open, and you are like, what? So you enter in through the back, put him on the green rug. When you round the corner, and you look down the middle of the house, you do see her standing there, pale, barefoot, dressed still ominously. Drifting through a wind that you can't account for because now you're inside and
Pristine,
it's weird.
though? Is it pristine? Is it like pure white?
No, she's very dirty.
Oh, okay.
She's been outside walking through wilderness. Her white dress is
I would like to
stained all over and ripped.
I would like. Hear me out. Just hear me out.
I'm hearing you.
I would like to take the shelves out of the refrigerator and hide in it, like Joker, the movie The Joker.
They don't open from the inside. They only. It's fine.
I will actually allow it.
And on the outside, right before I do it, because I'm only partially stupid, I'm going to take the sticky note that was on the fridge that I have, right? And I am going to, on it, have it like halfway sticking out of the fridge. Just so someone might see it. Good
Great. Put him in the fridge. When you pull out the drawer, you realize the fridge is empty, so it's very easy for you. You fling out all the shelves, and you needlessly toss the oh boy chocolate milk that's been sitting in there for forever out onto the floor. It does shatter and kind of spread across the floor. It smells like chocolate milk.
We need to
You
keep a
crawl into the fridge
tally.
and close the door.
Yes, that is my turn. And I'll walk you one more time.
Because it's shattered, can I ask if there's a Jasper in this game?
A what?
A Jasper, a chocolate milk guy?
I really just want that chocolate milk. No, there is no Jasper.
I thought maybe it was a key.
I'm on fire, and all I want is chocolate milk.
chocolate milk.
It's one of the. It's like the best I don't know.
You turn back to Daruma-san, and she has woken up.
Cool.
Her eyes open, and she sits up.
Do I feel? I don't think I'm wearing the necklace. I think I just have it. Do I feel any like heat coming from it? Anything?
Nope.
Or is it just a necklace? Okay. Are there electrical outlets in the bathroom?
Yes.
Okay. I want to quickly run across the hall, plug not the whole computer, just the monitor, and then run back across in the bathroom, plug it in.
I have to again ask, as John Cena, are you sure about that?
I am 100%. I've never been more sure.
Because you continue to break things that might be of use to you,
I
and I
am
just feel the
100%
need to,
sure.
to put it out there in the universe that you are narrowing your
I'm not
field.
doing well mentally. I'm very scared. My character's
fair.
in a bad spot.
There's no lamps.
That's fair. So let me.
Well, actually, that's a fair question.
Put this together real quick.
Yeah.
You want to run across the hall to get an old computer monitor, come back into the bathroom, and throw it into the tub where you know a dead woman already sits.
Every time you say it out loud, it sounds better to me. It sounds like a
That
better
is not
plan.
the intended effect.
It's just you.
I will allow you to roll to leave the master bedroom.
Okay.
First step.
I am scared.
They scared.
1.
That is a critical failure. You are glued to the spot and unable to move the minute you look at her and she sits up. You are locked, and I will say mental damage for the critical failure.
Can I try one thing before my turn ends?
You may.
Can I throw the locket into the bathtub?
You may.
I want to do that.
You throw the locket into the bathtub and it has zero effect on anything.
That's what I assumed would happen.
Hey, it was a good shot. I would have
sits
done the
there,
same thing.
She sits there, and it
And that was
right, in,
just
right in her lap, sinks right down onto her water-covered dress. She is nothing but looking forward.
Great.
Tenron, you are again sitting in the attic by yourself.
Is she still there?
No. Move her to the upstairs blue carpet landing. Not necessarily close to the ladder, but
Alright.
blocking the steps going down.
Well, Gonna get the boombox.
Gonna get the boombox. I love that. That's a great idea.
Like in what's the
So you pick up the boombox, add it to your inventory.
Yeah, where he's holding the boom.
As you
is that
grab
it?
the
I don't remember
boombox, as you grab the boombox, you do notice it already has something in there. I may point out, you don't know if it works, but I can tell you there's a tape in there already. And let me find what that is real quick.
Are you gonna say anything, the woman in white?
No, I'm planning on something else.
1 second.
That was very...
So there is a tape inside of the boombox, but when you go to click the boombox's power, it does not turn on.
I have batteries. Please, God, tell me I
You
fix the
do.
batteries that I
You do
that it
have
has.
batteries. Do you want to choose to sacrifice
Yes.
the batteries you brought to see if they work with the boombox?
Yes.
I will allow it.
Dude, there.
It's a fucking berry
You
man.
load in the batteries, and it does turn on. What are you doing with the boombox?
Playing what the tape is.
You're playing the tape.
It's Barry Manilow, ready to take the chance again. You're gonna fucking dance with her.
Can it be ABBA? If you change
Dancing Queen. You're gonna fucking dance with her.
You're playing the boombox right now.
Yes.
When you start the tape, it kind of crackles to life. It's very old, very very hard to hear, but you do hear a woman's voice start to sing.
All January at Jimmy
And she says, "Come to Jimmy John's."
She says, "Come to fucking Jimmy John's."
There's a free side when you go to Jimmy John's.
Slowly, I open the chocolate bar and take a bite.
Do you really?
Yes.
Okay.
This is it. This is where I die. I start to think that I can sing along.
I have to allow it. So as the song continues to play, up the ladder comes the woman in white.
Okay, now hold
and
on.
she's looking at you from the entrance to the basement.
All right.
And she hears the music playing. Is there anything you want to do before she acts?
Okay.
What do you have in your inventory?
All right. Okay. Okay. I crack open one of the Monster Energy drinks. I take a sip. And I take a bite of my cold hot.
So you're shoving your face before you die.
Good for him. 10 run for president.
He's like
the
a
one
cold
coming out and he's just
pretzel. Is that what
shoving
you said?
Then I say.
Every TC's.
Then I say, "See you later, bitch." I run to the other end of the attic and I jump out.
No, you don't.
Yes, let me roll for
No,
it.
you don't. Do you really? Let me do something first.
Oh my god.
Let me do
So good.
before you pull a fucking hereditary.
I need to get back to Mike.
Before you repeat.
I need to get back to Mike.
Before you repeat the ending of Hereditary, let me tell you what the woman does before you act fucking insane.
What do you mean? I don't understand.
The soft nursery singing in the music draws the woman forward. Now, when you look at her and she looks at you, it's with a deep longing. It's with almost a sense of desperation. She doesn't intend to do you any harm,
Well.
and her face very clearly denotes that. But the music is melodically drawing her in. So I need to know, are you going to continue with the music playing, or are you going to let her do what she wants to do?
I'm gonna continue with the music playing.
Dance.
She looks down, very upset, and slowly evaporates from existence. And as you look over at the boombox, the tape starts to roll up and get its line crossed, and it starts to fucking scramble like spaghetti, and the tape absolutely breaks into the shutter of the cassette player to the point where you can't even open it because the tape is just sputtered everywhere. Now the boombox still does work. There's a CD player on the top hand, but as far as you're concerned, the nursery rhyme has expunged the spirit from this location.
Holy fuck.
You can return the woman in white.
I still kind
Good
of.
timing,
Thank
dude.
God
You
for
jumping out
batteries.
the window though would have been fucking great. I just have a question.
I had to stop it because I don't think you would have acted as rash if you saw a woman who looks like she almost wants to sleep with you. So it's...
Wow, well that was never described to me.
We said big
I was-
tatters. We
Big-
100%.
If I remember correctly, the whole Woman in White story was a ghost fucking story. That was the whole thing.
It's episode 98, and it's all about how a ghost severely wants to fuck someone.
Yep.
Well,
and then she does, and
So
it just
unfortunately, you are not getting any WAP ghost pussy.
Please, you don't know that. I still got condoms. I still got Mike.
You're not going to be using
Mike
either of
said he
them because the
wasn't
only person,
interested.
the only person who
Mike doesn't know what he
wanted,
wants.
the only person who wanted to fuck you just disappeared from the room you
Nah,
were
man.
in.
Yeah.
So
You're not
We
trying
got
hard
this
enough, then.
big bitch out here.
Yeah.
So-
I was about to say, I mean, maybe
So,
that guy needs to get...
I can note successfully you have avoided the wrath
I have
of
performed abstinence.
Of sex.
You have avoided the wrath of the woman in white. No, the sex is the first step. It gets much worse after
does.
that.
Oh.
At this point,
yeah,
is
it's
the
sex
cheese
offense.
sauce like just a brick
Shout
of
out
cheese?
episode 98. Go give that a listen. It gets much worse after
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Was it
Yes, it
just a
does.
brick at this point, like a solid brick?
But it would have
of
been fun
cheese?
to fuck him. So we do make note of that. Your turn ends. You are scared and sad, but you feel nonetheless quote unquote lucky.
Can he roll to masturbate? And
No, I'm not rolling for that. I just
I'm
do
just
it.
gonna do it.
Frowns, you are in a treehouse with Cannibal Siren. I will allow you guys to move together, and you can also communicate with Gestalt, who has a walkie-talkie and is hiding in a refrigerator.
You pulled an Indiana Jones.
Gestalt, where are you?
I'm in a fridge. Where are you?
Are you in the house?
I'm in the fridge.
All right, listen.
Wait, like...
Was that big titty bitch still caught in the truck?
Yeah, like 5 minutes ago.
All right, listen. We have two options here.
Alright.
We could either A, run for the house and lock the door, or B,
That fucker was so big. I don't think he gives a fuck about locked doors.
or B, we could try to navigate this forest, maybe go to the black thing, maybe go to the sand pit. Where you want to go? I saw some pretty cool fairies.
You
know?
what?
Yeah, there were some pretty cool fairies. I was dancing with them and shit.
You what?
Titties out. I'm also butt ass naked right now because like the fairies like wanted me to dance, so I just like assumed, oh yeah, I'm gonna take off all my clothes. So I've got this like.
I don't think you are.
So I've got this sack of inventory on my back, and I'm just like butt ass naked, and I was like dancing with them and shit.
You didn't take anything from them, did you?
No.
Okay.
Of course not.
Where are
They're
we
tricksters.
You're
in
staying
the
in
fridge.
your fucking
You
fridge.
hold on.
Stay right there.
Okay. Please don't forget.
I'm not.
Do we?
We're not gonna forget you in the fridge. You're probably in one of the safest spots so far.
Until the fridge ghost comes out.
So do we want to make a run for the house?
I
The
don't.
Or
basement.
do we want to?
If he opens up the house, then he's not gonna see the basement.
Can I? Okay, I want to like peek out the treehouse. Can I? Because he's fucking huge. Can I see
He's far
him?
away. He's far away.
He's too far. Okay.
And I would go as far as removing him from the map right now.
I'm kind of like, I think we should just stay right here.
From what you can see in the opening in the clearing, your fire has been put out and he is no longer next to the upturned truck.
Maybe we should go back to the house then. Maybe we
Do
need
we
to...
go to the house or do we want to explore out here? Because
I don't know what to explore. You know what exploring got me? A giant murderous thing.
what even time is it?
A truck smashing thing.
What's the sky look like?
It's not time. It's pitch black.
Fuck. Maybe we
I'd
should,
go as far as saying it's midnight.
maybe we should figure out what happened to everyone else. We
feel-
know where Gestalt is, but we don't know where anyone
I
else is.
feel like there's some spooky bitches we gotta fuck up so that we can turn it to morning.
I don't
Or else
wanna
we're just gonna
fight.
keep spinning and spinning our wheels here.
Well, I'm thinking if we just wait long enough, morning
Some
will
things
come.
are situational and some things are waiting to happen to you.
Maybe morning will come regardless. Maybe we just need to just barricade the fucking door and stay right where we are.
Well, we're in a tree.
Yeah, that's
He could
true.
absolutely
He
get
can
us
kill
in
us.
this tree.
It's like
Right,
eye
he
level.
can't get us in the tree. Oh my god, I'm dead. I'm gonna die.
You're in the fridge.
I'm gonna
Hold
die.
on.
He's-
Calm down.
Frowns, what are you doing with your turn, bud? You can choose to leave her there. She doesn't have to follow you if you don't want to. And you also could take her with you if you want to, so...
Do you want to come?
Where are you going?
I'm gonna give you the option. Sand pit, thing that smelled, black obelisk, or house. I'm going to one of them.
I like house.
You like house?
I like house.
Guess we're going to house.
I will let you guys go back in through the back door.
Can you guys unplug the fridge while
You
you're
were
here?
you were in the green carpet on the ground.
Do we see the big guy or is he just gone right now?
He's gone right now.
We're gonna lock this shit.
Yes.
The door behind you?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Are you rolling with Brave or are you just rolling by
Just rolling.
Just roll one die.
3.
The door is locked.
Okay.
I'm gonna open the
Gestalt,
fridge.
you big fucking bitch! Get out of the fridge!
You open the fridge?
Yeah, I open the fridge.
I close the fridge back up and say,
Fridge,
please,
bitch.
please rip the cable out.
We didn't
freeze to death.
We didn't forget you. Get out of the fridge.
This is safe haven.
Oh my god.
It is.
Are you listening to anything Gestalt has to say?
I don't
Frowns?
know.
I do pull the fridge plug
He's
out.
cold and in the fridge. I
I'm
don't
gonna
give a
make
shit.
you wait for your turn to do
Okay.
that.
Please don't die. I don't want to die.
Can I take a shit?
You can go into the bathroom, yes.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll to take a big old shit.
A shit as big
6.
as the one
It's the biggest fucking shit, and
Take
I
a big
feel.
old Duke and
Do I get a health thing after, or like
You
a
do
mental
not.
thing? Because
You
I
do
feel
not.
so good.
no.
Wow.
It's the same
All
as
right.
fucking. Fucking isn't gonna give you health back. It just feels good.
All right. So that's the first time anyone's been in this bathroom. So what do I need to know about it, other than the shit that I just
Nothing.
destroyed?
Nothing happens in that specific bathroom. All you do is you take a big old shit, and it feels real great.
Nice.
Is there anything else you'd like to do with your fucking turn?
All right. I'll go into this
There's.
bedroom.
Let me point out what's in the kitchen.
All right.
There are pictures, and a note on the fridge. There is a gap. There's a gap in the doorway.
What the fuck did you do?
There's a gap in the doorway.
Well, it kind of is on me.
Between a gap in the fridge and the wall.
There's a gap between the fridge and the wall.
Yes, to the right of the fridge.
Oh, like a little crevasse.
There are 2 pictures on the fridge. You can go through the cabinets, you can go through the drawers.
All right, I'm gonna go through the drawers in the kitchen.
So if you're going through a drawer, you immediately open your first drawer, and much to your surprise, it is a drawer full of cutlery, and there does appear to be a very sharp butcher's knife. Are you taking it?
Yeah.
Add butcher's knife to your inventory. I feel like you've collected all of the knives. It's almost like you deserve an achievement or something.
I have a lot of knives, yeah.
You got the bone knife, you got the treehouse knife, you got the knife from the kitchen.
I give him the
Yeah.
axe.
Butcher,
You
axe.
also have the axe.
I'm fucking ready.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the first drawer. What's the second drawer? Or cabinet, what I guess whatever's next. Cause I'm trying to fucking do this shit. I'm trying to find keys and shit. So what's in the cabinet? Oh, we forgot about so much shit.
When you open the top cabinet, it is completely empty. There isn't even a shelf in there. It's super weird. You have this really particularly clean and nice looking cabinet, and yet you can't explain why it is so empty or why it is so clean. But in your head, when you open it, you think it's empty, and you close it, and something sparks in your system. Something just clicks. And you visualize in your mind's eye the key that you are looking for in this house.
Mhm.
Do you choose to open the cabinet again?
Yes.
When you open it, you find a small bejeweled key sitting there, and you can take it and add it to your inventory, and I will say that your turn ends there.
Holy
Okay.
shit.
Guys, I know where this key goes, but we gotta wait till my turn. I mean, have fun.
Who's got my cable? I already pulled. Okay, well, I'll pull the fucking cable.
Can you fucking pull this cable?
I'll pull the cable.
Please.
So, wait, let me get there.
I wrote bejeweled
For the
cheese.
fridge?
So I don't freeze to death.
Yeah. I was gonna mention something about that, and
You forgot about me.
you had a fucking.
I tried to get him out of the fridge. He didn't want to go.
No. This is real life. I'm hiding
So,
in the fridge.
Cannibal Siren is in the kitchen with both Frowns and Gestalt in the fridge. You lean over to the gap in between the fridge and the wall.
Yeah, I'll pull the plug.
There has been a weird noise coming from the back of the fridge, and you do kind of equate that to the noise of the coolant tank kind of rattling. But when you take a look, you are quite startled by what you see. Almost as thin as paper, there is a woman in between the wall and the fridge. And you can't explain it, but the way she kind of bends and looks at you, she very quickly goes, "Hey, shh," before slinking back into the darkness behind the fridge. And, to visualize it, let's think of the woman from the painting from It, or the way that the bad guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit moves around after he's been run over by a steamroller.
I say okay, and I don't say a goddamn word.
Do you still reach into the gap to
No,
try and unplug the fridge?
I absolutely do not.
You do not.
I do not.
And you probably also knock on the fridge and say, "Sorry, bud," and walk the fuck away.
I say I cannot unplug this. Don't ask me why. I'm not gonna say a fucking word, and I'm not reaching back there.
What else are you doing this turn? Because you are now walking away from the fridge.
Yep, nope. That's a big bag of no. I'm not doing it.
Do you want to use the bathroom? Sorry, I fucking destroyed it.
I'm not going in there. I'll probably die faster in there than I would out there.
Oh, you weren't here for that. I rolled a 6 and dropped the biggest fucking steamer in that. It fucking shattered the porcelain base to the toilet. There's water everywhere. It's a fucking disaster zone.
Property damage.
Oh, oh shit, I'm sorry, man.
It's fine, dude. We're not getting our security deposit.
No, we're definitely not. I don't want to do anything, and nowhere feels safe, so
Tell me what you're doing. I want to give you more opportunity on your turn, but if you're passing, you're passing.
There's a bedroom right here if you want to go in there.
Because there's gonna be things in there. There are women behind the fridge, there's shit in the drawers, there's dudes outside, there's glowing eyes overhead, staring at me, women in white in the attic, some fucking Furby. I can't handle this.
I'm talking about a lot of things that aren't around anymore.
Yeah, well, they shouldn't have been here in the first place.
Fair enough.
I turn to Frowns and I say, "What have you got there? Is it a key?"
Yes, it is.
Alright, I'm gonna follow his lead and we'll go to the basement.
Do you want to inform her about the door in the basement?
Yeah. There's this key. Let's quietly sneak out of here and go open some scary door.
Wait, it's a scary door?
I mean, it's covered in gems, so it's a bougie door.
I do like a bougie door.
Alright,
yeah, I'll go open the bougie door. Listen.
You're in the goddamn fridge.
Sorry, dude. Fridge lady? Nope. Not doing it.
Don't mind the sooty jizz.
You guys walk down the stairs. You see the workspace. You see the workspace, and you do kind of ignore it to go immediately back into the storage space. And he points you towards the rubble and dilapidated material in the corner, and you move it out of the way to open the
bougie door.
To open the bougie bejeweled door in the background. And you do note that the key just mystically, magnetically is drawn to the keyhole, and you being the holder of it, it kind of shink locks in. You turn it immediately, The door immediately opens, and you, Frowns, are sucked in, and then it slams shut.
Oh shit!
So Frowns is off the map in his own experience that we will come back to next turn.
So I can't open the door or anything.
Cannibal goes to reopen the door, but it appears as though he was pulled in with both the key and his entire body.
Alright, I'm gonna go get in the fridge. Make room.
Go for it.
Yep, no, that's it. I'm done. Nope. Fridge time.
Gestalt, you are in a fridge. What are you doing, bud?
Why? I noticed that it's getting colder in here. No one did anything with it. So I'm going to open up the fridge.
Yeah.
I'm going to peer around, and I'm going to take my switchblade and cut the cord.
As you go to peer around the corner, you do kind of look into the back gap of the fridge, and you do see a paper-thin woman who turns to look at you, and she physically says, "Hey, shh," and then slinks behind the crack behind the fridge.
I don't know if I should say anything because you said shh. Okay, I'm gonna say nothing, and I'm going to take my rope and fling it around, and then grab the rope and pull the cord.
Roll for it.
A 3, neutral.
You do it.
Thank God.
It unplugs the fridge.
I go back in the fridge, my turn's over.
You go back into the fridge, and your turn is over.
I'm so happy.
I'm getting in that fridge.
No, you're not.
Yes, I know.
I'm gonna take the rope and just hold it tight.
You didn't say that. It's too late. My turn before yours. I'm getting in the fridge.
I'm just gonna have the whole party in the fridge.
Yep.
Just be like, wait for the events to end. Hear all these monsters walking around the house. Hopefully none of them's hungry.
So, we are back at Django Phillips, who is terrified, eyes drawn on the tub in front of him with the woman. As you're standing there, you do also feel like something is looking at you from the window to the right, and you can't really pull your eyes away from the woman in the tub to check, but you are relatively certain something may be peering at you through the window. I'm not sure if you want to roll to see if you can look, like pull your eyes away from Daruma-san to look at the window or not, but I will leave that up to you.
So I would have to roll to pull my eyes away from Daruma.
I'm gonna say yeah, and it's just because of your critical failure last round.
I'm in terrible shape, dude. I get it. Yeah, I mean I have to anyway, because even if I don't want to look at the window, which I might not want to do, I want to leave. So I have to.
Okay, so let's say you're trying to leave.
Yeah.
I have an idea. Let's leave.
2.
I'm gonna say that you pull your eyes from Daruma-san, but you immediately look at the window and notice red eyes looking at you from outside.
Oh.
And you can't make what it is, but they're tiny and beady, and they stare at you and then disappear.
This bathroom's fucked.
Guys,
No,
raccoon outside.
That's the bedroom. And then I will allow you to move.
Yes! Okay, cool. Yeah, I guess I just want to leave. I don't know. I don't have anything for Daruma-san. She's just gonna kill me. I wanna...
True.
When we did the book already, right? And the only thing I could have gotten from that is the name.
That's not necessarily true.
What?
You read through the book and
Yeah.
only exchanged the characters you mentioned, but I did not say that there was not something in the book more for you to read. You just didn't ask the right questions.
Then I want to go back into that room and grab that book.
I will allow you to add the book to your inventory. Cool. What can I tell you more about the situation you're in?
I want to look up like I don't know if glossary is like part English. I want to look up like drowning ghosts, like bathroom ghosts. Like now that I know that it's Daruma-san.
How about spirit?
Great. Love it.
Let me roll real quick. Wow. That was a critical fail on her part, so I will absolutely give it to you.
Shit.
She rolled a 1.
Out of 20?
Out of 20. It's a critical failure.
Great.
When you look at the section for spirit, because this is a book of like lore, they address the fact that certain terminology when addressing spirits is important. A couple terms stand out to you, and I'm gonna make you roll for it.
Okay.
To see what you gravitate to the most.
2.
But the other one was a 6.
The other one was 6. But I'm still afeared.
I will give you the first term. I'm gonna round that 2 and 6 out to a 3, so you can give me one of your scared back.
Very kind of you.
You rolled a critical success on a disadvantage, so I am gonna count it somewhat. I'll give you an extra point there, but the first word that you're going to make out is tomare, and when you spell out tomare, and in your head, and you do say it out loud when you say tomare, it feels as if you're saying halt or stop in your head.
Cool.
I'm only going to allow you to check the book once per turn, but that is what you learned right now.
Very cool.
Let's say, because of her critical failure again, she really only steps out of the tub once, and she's now standing next to it in the bathroom. If you want to move her to be out of the tub, but in the bathroom nonetheless. Is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
I just want to move.
You just want to move?
Yeah.
I'm going to stop you from moving. I'm going to say that was enough movement for that turn.
Okay.
And I'm now looking at, more specifically, Tenron Otrin, who is still in the attic. He, too, feels as if something is watching him from the outside windows behind him that he just turned away from. You do feel the aura almost hitting you in the back of the head, so you do want to look. I will give you the options to roll if you want to look or avoid looking.
I want to avoid looking.
Then roll for it. It's a critical failure.
Yeah.
No.
When you look out the window, the eyes linger. There's a pair of red eyes that are just staring at you. And when you look closer, the thing staring at you appears to have been hanging off of the roof of the cabin and goes back up to escape your eyes.
Is Mothman?
That's what I thought too when I heard red eyes.
It's small.
Small man.
It does not appear to be.
Mothman.
From what you know of Mothman, he's very large and usually screeching, so it doesn't necessarily line up in your head. So you just noticed something outside the window that was looking at you. Mm-hmm. What do you choose to do with your turn?
I want to look in this crate, this box, this long rectangular.
Do you have anything on you that can bust that open?
Oh, I have a knife.
I'll allow you to roll to open it with your knife.
Okay.
You're prying nails.
6.
Very successful of you.
Yes.
When you open the box, you look at a beautiful painting done with tons of solid brushwork. It is a long painting of a beautiful hallway, and you could see multiple doors on your left, multiple doors on your right, and it does stretch off into the distance, and you can't make out anything in the background.
Cool.
But that is the status of the painting, and you can leave it right next to you in that room. You're looking at the painting right now, but is there anything else you'd like to do with your turn?
What else is in the room besides the boombox?
There's actually a lot of stuff in the room. There's a lot of storage to go through.
Yeah,
there's
check out some more
There's
stuff.
a left-hand side and a right-hand side.
Okay.
And you need to tell me anytime you look back at the painting, whether it's per turn or next turn. Just, you are in the room with the painting, and I need to know when you're facing it.
Okay.
Or when you do put your eyes on it. Facing it is different than looking at it, and I will accept that.
Well, I'm gonna turn from the painting.
There's the left side of the storage, which seems to be kids' items. So it's boxes of stuff, versus the right-hand side, which seems to be like books and drawings and baby-related stuff. So it's almost like little kid to toddler from right to left. Which section are you looking at? And I'll list things for you to interact with.
The baby section.
The right-hand side.
Yep.
So you immediately notice a children's book, a poster, a collection of baby photos, a CD with a blank cover, what looks like a photo of a family at a theme park.
I'll pause right there.
Yeah.
I'll do the CD and I'll play it on that boombox.
You just die immediately.
We all die someday. Django.
Let's do it. Wow, bro.
That is depth.
I feel like there's still so much we haven't done and interacted with and explored and...
Because you haven't. There are 200 items.
I was about to say, I feel like it's not possible with the amount of
In
time
one,
that we
yeah.
have. Yeah,
Where
we
the
would
fuck
need
did
like
this
6
thing go?
sessions.
Next time I'm fucking gonna go in that lake and fight that bitch.
That teenage girl.
Yeah.
Just get a shotgun at the store.
Oh
and
my
just-
god, I just go in and blow her out of the
Oh,
water.
absolutely. She's trying to come for my dick? Hell no. Me and Mike are gonna do it together. We're gonna go down.
I
So you
support
put in the
We
blank
support this.
CD.
We do. I support this.
You put in the blank CD with very little regard. It doesn't appear to have anything on the cover or on the case to denote what it is. But when you load it up, you do hear what seems to be a demo for a song. So you hear someone come on and they say, "All right, this is the band Symmetry Icon. And this is the song, See You After Babe." And he goes into singing what appears to be a rather emo kind of punk rockish song about a guy who doesn't really like finish his sentences. The lyrics are like, when they took your, and it seems like there's almost a noun missing from the end of all of his sentences. But he is kind of singing in an emo kind of Angels and Airwaves type of way that makes you kind of sad. So I'm going to ask you to roll.
Oh god. 5.
Wow, okay. I'm going to give you the option right now to turn the tape off and not think anything else of it.
Yes, please.
You turn off See You After Babe. Do you leave the CD in your boombox?
I take it out and I snap it in.
You take it out and you snap See You After Babe in twice.
And they took my.
That's funny to both Cannibal Siren and I for multiple reasons.
Yes, it is.
So,
I love it when people
see ya after Babe indeed. There goes
Good
one
night.
of the last recordings of that song that exists. It's a
nothing.
looping CD, so the more it stays on, the more it would have an effect on you. So I'm very glad that you rolled successfully and turned it off.
Thank the Lord.
I'm gonna stop your turn there. Just because you interacted with like 3 very important things all at once right there, and I was surprised by your dice rolls, so I'm gonna pass your turn. But I do want to ask, do you look back at the painting at all?
No.
Okay.
Not right now.
Okay.
Not right now.
So I will then pass the turn to Frowns, who has disappeared, Nightmare Before Christmas-esque, sucked in through a door that opened randomly in the basement into complete darkness. Rather comically, and this is a side quest, so this might take a little bit to get through, I would say. It's just for Frowns.
Don't be fucking jealous.
You find yourself in
We
popping
picture
out right in the same location in the same house, but no one's there.
Okay.
This is in your mind's eye. It looks like the same exact basement, but Cannibal Siren is now gone, and everything seems a little off. There are brighter colors, things are more wavy, more psychedelic. You hear music coming from upstairs, so you immediately round the corner of the storage and you do go upstairs, and let's just say that Jungle Fever is playing loud on a sound system that you didn't recognize was in the living room because it wasn't in your universe, but it is in this one. And you find a man sitting in a large ornate chair at the end of a large dining table, and he goes, "Oh, what up, baby? Where'd you come from?" And he has jewels for eyes, and he just kind of looks at you and asks you where you came from.
I was in a cabin, and I don't know, there was a big man with white eyes, and I'm gone.
Well, listen here, you delicious little piece of meat.
Oh, fuck.
Ain't nothing about a cabin or anything here for you to worry about. You've come to my town. Let me tell you, my name's Slickback, and I'm happy to see you.
Oh.
He snaps his fingers a couple times, and his whores, Bling, Cash, and Scent, come out behind him and line up, and he goes, "Fancy any of my wares?" And what's your reaction?
And my reaction is, the only thing I fancy right now is you, Slickback.
And he goes, "Oh damn!" And I'm gonna have you roll to woo Slickback.
I'm gonna use a brave.
Yeah.
Go for it. Roll 2 dice. Roll an advantage.
4, 3, and a brave.
So the 4 is a moderate success. He already wanted to fuck you, so
great.
I'm gonna allow you to woo him, and
Good for you.
and he looks at you and he goes, "Before we get down to it, there's something I need you to do." And he pulls out from under his fur pimp coat. As it's revealed, he's not wearing a shirt underneath.
Yeah.
He pulls out a large
You'll-
jeweled necklace and starts waving it in your face, and you go with it because you're into him. And next thing you know, Cash, Sen, and Bling watches you guys fuck on the dining room table, and they're almost cheering you on and citing words of encouragement. You notice that each of their eyes are different shades of jewels as well. And they're kind of going, "Oh yeah, baby, oh yeah, daddy, you doing?"
Rub some coke on it, shit.
And you guys get off. When you come back from post-nut clarity, Slickback is passed out. You guys eventually made it to the bedroom, and he is passed out to your right, and you are in bed with him, and the girls are nowhere to be seen. You do look at him. On his side of the bed, he has taken off both his necklace, and the key to the door is sitting there as well. As he sleeps, you do look around the room and things do appear a little bit condensed, or let's just say like shrinking in nature, like you almost appear too big or unfit for this universe.
Okay.
So you do feel, let's just call it an urgency to not be here much longer.
Mm-hmm.
You do have the option to go for Slickback's necklace, or the key, or both, and I will leave the option to you if you want to take any of that with you.
Does the necklace also look like it's becoming too small?
Nope, the necklace is much like the key is. And I don't mean to make it sound like things are visibly shrinking. You are just anxious, and you don't feel right being there. I'm sure if you were to say the walls are shrinking to Slickback, he'd be like, no, they ain't. What the fuck are you talking about?
Suck this dick.
Suck my dick. And he probably would. So anyway.
I'll take both.
I'm going to make you roll for each of them. So roll 1 die for the necklace and roll 1 die for...
4.
You got the necklace.
6.
And you definitely got the key. Damn, you're just robbing him after taking him to bed like that?
Hell yeah, baby. I didn't get no dinner, so this is a dessert.
You pick up the necklace, and it almost seems to speak to you. On the inside of the necklace, whispers heard in your mind say, you gotta help us, you gotta help us. He trapped us here. We're stuck inside the necklace. We've been trapped here for so long. And you look inside, and the jewel on the necklace, and you realize that the spirits of Cash, Scent, and Bling are stuck there. But you also realize the necklace's potential and its power to hypnotize. So do you destroy the necklace then and there, or do you take it with you?
I destroy it.
You break the necklace, let's just say you smash it on the ground or you stamp it with your foot. It bursts and it pops, and the spirits are let out into the ether and they disappear, and you don't see it, but in your mind's eye you know that the physical forms of Cash, Scent, and Bling with the jewel eyes kind of dissipate from reality and crumple under the pressure of this reality and disappear. And with the explosion of power, Slickback wakes up from his sleep and goes, "You bitch! You let go of my hose!" And he's really angry and he's growing inside, and he says, "Now I'm really gonna fuck you!" And
I turn around and I pull out my axe.
You are on a different plane where you are on a different plane where your inventory does not exist.
And I turn around and I say, "Not if I suck it first." And I get down on all fours and I suck the meanest dick I've ever sucked. He is so enthralled, his eyes roll back.
As you put your mouth around his erect member, he punches you and says, "Donkey punch, bitch!" And you take 1 physical damage for sucking his dick.
Alright, fair.
When it's clear that you should be running away from him.
Fair.
What's your next choice of action?
I bite his dick.
Oh, no. Ow, you bit my dick, bitch! And he takes out the gun that you didn't know he had strapped on his shoulder, and he clocks you on the head with it for another physical damage loss.
Isn't his... Like, I bit it. He should be in pain. How is he hurting me?
My dick! I control this universe! And he's dropping the N-word a bunch. I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. He goes, "You think you can hurt me here? This is the Slickback universe, baby!"
Is his gun special?
It's his gun.
Is it, like, encrusted with rubies and shit?
Of course it is. It's gold. It has fucking leopard print on the side.
So I have none of my items, right?
It has, like, dangling dice at the bottom.
I have none of my items.
You busted the thing, and you have the key, and you feel uncomfortable being there.
I call out, because you know how, like, in Coraline, you know how, like, the spirits came to, like, help? I call out to his hose to come help me hold him down so I could take his gun.
You hear Cash, Scent, and Bling in unison from the other side say, "We don't want to deal with none of that shit. You and your yee ass haircut." and then you hear one of them lean in and go,
So are they holding him down? They helping me?
Absolutely not. None of them have anything and want anything to do with Slickback.
Alright, is it possible for me to take the gun from him?
I'm gonna roll for it.
Oh, he's a brave.
Come on.
Roll advantage for it.
6'5". With an advantage. That fucking gun is mine and his knees are gone.
As you punch the gun out of his hand and it goes flying into the air, you have like a type of moment as it lands squarely in your hand, and you point it at Slickback and you go, "Not today," and you go to fire the trigger. And nothing happens, and the gun disappears in your hand. And he goes, "Really? You gotta shoot me with my own fucking gun in my own fucking universe? You dumb? I'm gonna fucking destroy you." And he starts to sap away your health with another physical damage.
I guess I just fucking run for the goddamn door. Since nothing is.
Think I've been trying to make you do that?
Since nothing is fun anymore, and I just waste my brave points getting sick rolls.
You should have read the fucking room, literally, when I said it was shrinking with anxiety.
Yeah, I run, I guess, whatever.
You run out of his room and you run down the hall. Roll 1 die for me. Unless you want to use a brave.
I think I deserve a brave back. I'm just gonna say 3.
You successfully run away from him. You are running down the stairs and he is behind you. Still on the top floor. Roll another die.
6.
You bolt down the fucking stairs. He's nowhere near you. You are rounding the corner to go back into the basement, and you have to go down another set of stairs. Roll another die.
Trip. 3.
You successfully and carefully go down the stairs back into the storage, and you turn around. Slickback is at the top of the stairs. Say, "You can't get away from me." What do you say back to him?
You had a small pee-pee! Oh, well, that doesn't matter.
What did you roll?
A 2. It's fine.
It doesn't matter. I'm gonna take the use of your brave forward, and I will say that you put the key magnetically back into the lock. The door opens. You fly through the doorway, and you exit the Slickback universe, landing back on the floor in front of Cannibal Siren. When you land there, a magical aura floats around you, and the spirits of Cash, Sun, and Bling, now on the other side, thank you for all of your help, and they grant you the hypnotic necklace.
Okay, I feel better now. I was about to say, if I fucking did, I wanted that gun so bad.
They say that you broke this to save us, but we know of its mortal power. You deserve this, you sexy bitch.
Thanks, hoes. Thank you, hoes.
Thanks, hoes, you say out loud as the spirits kind of converge on you, and Cannibal just looks on you in shock and awe. And you kind of give him one of them, and then you put your peace fingers up and they disappear.
Deuces, hoes.
These 3 African-American, I was going to say black bitches, floating in front of you just disappear. Cannibal Siren, any thoughts?
My thoughts are don't do that.
Fantastic.
Thanks.
So that's going to round out what Frowns' turn was just then and there.
You lived.
This entire time, I envisioned the necklace as like the red Jafar gem from
That's
Aladdin
totally
with
fair.
the big black dick on it.
That's totally fair.
Okay.
Alright, well, I'm gonna just take a minute to be like, oh, you're fine. Okay. I was about to leave.
Actually, I'm not. I took a lot of hits to the face, a lot of donkey punches. Can you help me? I'm hurt.
Yes, I can. I'm gonna heal him.
What do you got?
With my first aid kit. I get 2 heals out of it. I'm gonna use 1 because he's at half health.
You use the bandages on him?
Yeah, I have a band-aid and an antibiotic in the first aid kit, I guess.
So the antibiotic is for mental, the bandage is for physical.
Alright,
so
then I'll do...
You grant him a square of health.
Great.
Thank you.
But you spend your bandages in the process. What else do you choose to do on your turn?
Can I take another strip of the t-shirt and, like, wrap it on whatever cuts I got from when I got smashed by a giant fucking thing?
I will allow you to wrap, I will not allow you to heal.
Alright, I'll wrap. I'll take it.
Fair enough,
It could
you're
be
not
useful.
bleeding.
It could be useful for later, so I'll wrap.
Oh.
What I will say when you do that, intuitively, by covering your wounds, essentially something can no longer smell them.
Didn't think about that till now. Now I feel really
That's
bad.
why I say it.
But I'm glad to hear it.
You see this
You
box?
did it, so I will grant you what little success you do.
What?
You see that box?
What about it?
It has this symbol on it. We need to find a 4-digit code.
A 4-digit code?
Yes.
I don't see how those are connected, but you know what? Let's fucking do it. Why not?
Yeah. Fuck this shit.
Yeah, fuck this shit. All right.
Oh, there's also a lot of porn tapes down here.
I'm not touching that. We already learned what happened with the fucking...
I don't know what this thing is. I don't remember.
Yeah, you're in the basement. Do you choose to interact with any of these things? I will say there's storage off to the left, storage off to the right, an old arcade cabinet, a metal box, and a camping backpack.
I want to look in the camping backpack.
Fucking God, cocksucking arm. My cocksucking ankle.
Excuse me? Your ankle did what?
Yeah, I was
Wait.
Oh,
holes in your ankles?
My cocksucking ankle.
In the storage section of the basement is an old ratty backpack, and when interacted with, you will find a journal inside that details a trek through the Alaskan wilderness in a terrible winter in the early 2000s. People went missing, and the narrative becomes haphazard, mentioning the death and murder, and trying to research something that's making noises out in the woods. A whistling, it notes. The character that reads... Sorry, I was supposed to say that to myself.
I just wanted some fucking band-aids.
Roll a die for me. Are you scared?
Yeah.
You're scared. Roll 2 die. No. Do you physically have a scared on you?
Oh no, I don't have
Then
one.
just
Sorry,
roll
I threw your
one.
dice for
Just
fun.
roll 1.
3.
I'm gonna say you hear a noise coming from outside, but it doesn't necessarily draw you. It is your decision whether or not you want to move towards it.
Nope, I don't. I absolutely under no circumstances want to move towards it.
No.
Fair. I will allow you to continue your turn.
I kind of want to get back in the fridge.
You can look at stuff still in that room. You could look at stuff in the adjoining room, or you can go back upstairs.
I think we should find everybody. I feel like I would like to know if everyone else is dead or not. Now that I know they're not dead.
Yeah, fuck it. Let's go upstairs.
Let's meet up, gang. All right, I'm gonna go upstairs. All right, I'm looking for people.
Back up to the main floor.
By the way, I saw something really fucking weird down here before. There was this guy cutting meat up at the desk down here.
People just keep telling me things. I'm like,
Okay.
great. Let's go upstairs and never come back down here again.
Sure.
So the both of you walk upstairs. Do either of you sit on the couch?
No, I'm looking for people. I guess.
Browns?
Do you want to sit for a sec?
Absolutely
Are you tired?
not. I am not tired. I am the opposite of tired. I'm wired.
You're still
I
tired.
feel like you want me to sit on the couch.
No, I'm asking you if you feel tired and you want to sit on the couch now that you're back in a hospitable looking room.
I will cattle prod you.
All right, I'm
You
not
won't-
sitting on the couch. All right.
So where are you guys going? Tell me where you're going.
We're going blue
do I-
carpet.
What are
Yeah.
you doing?
Do I see him in the kitchen? Is he easy to see?
No, he's in the
No,
fridge.
he's in the fridge.
Oh, he's in the fridge
Blue
still.
carpet.
All right. Well, I don't want to yell.
God damn you in the fridge.
Well, I guess I can assume he's still in the fridge, but if he's still in the fridge, he's not coming out. So
I wouldn't be so sure about it.
So I guess I'll go upstairs and see if anyone's up there.
Oh shit! It's Django!
You do get to the top landing, and you do scream that out
God damn it.
for everyone to hear. And I am going to roll a die. It's a critical success. Out of the master bedroom comes a soggy-looking woman who looks right at you two, and just kind of her eyes roll back into her head, and her mouth stretches to an unnatural degree as she just goes.
I want to hit it with a flamethrower.
And like leans forward towards you guys with her arms outstretched.
I want to hit it with a flamethrower.
I pull out my.
Hit her with the flamethrower.
Yeah, fuck you.
It is your turn, so I will allow you course of action first.
I want to hit it with a flamethrower.
Roll to hit with homemade flamethrower.
6.
6. She's soggy, so the flamethrower doesn't have the intended effect, but the fire and the success and the amount of the of the roll denotes that she is momentarily stunned and shocked by your actions.
Can I hit her with the cattle prod since she's wet?
You can only hit her once, and you chose to go.
Can
with
I
the
drop to
flamethrower.
my knees and pull out my prayer beads?
You can choose. I will allow that. You may roll to pray in front of Daruma-san.
6.
You do that.
Does it have any effect? Because she's a spirit.
She's not looking at you.
Yeah, but she's still there.
She's looking at the person who just burned her fucking face.
I would like to leave now.
I'm gonna end your turn there.
So I did that.
Least of a 6.
Can I leave?
Yeah, apparently.
No, I have to give the creature time to act, so I'm gonna end your turn there.
Tell it to stop.
Gestalt, you're in the fridge. I'm gonna make you roll a dice for me. Are you scared or anything?
No, I'm pissed that I have to be in a fridge and there's monsters everywhere.
Are you pissed?
I'm pissed.
Then why are you in the fridge?
It's better to be
Because
angry
it's
and
better
safe.
to be angry and safe, yeah.
No, he's
Roll
right.
a die for me real quick.
3.
His fucking lips are blue as
I'm
shit
gonna
right
give
now.
you options.
I unplugged
He
it.
unplugged it. I'm gonna give you options right now.
Give them.
You can stay in the fridge, or you can open the door real quick.
I'll open the door real quick. I feel it in my gut.
Put this on the green rug entering the back door.
You idiot.
Everything is wrong.
No, he rolled successfully, so I have to allow him to notice what's about to happen to him before it happens to him.
What is that?
A small creature with glowing red eyes enters in through the back door, and he is very specifically looking at the fridge. He notes the fridge as something very, very interesting, and he is walking towards the fridge, and it was without knowing you were even in there.
Okay.
You cracked the door open because you hear something coming through what you thought was the locked back door, but this thing has got little tiny fucking arms. It finagled that lock. It busted through the lock, what have you.
Yeah.
It is in the house, and it is small, but it looks wild and dangerous.
Okay, so I take the fridge that I'm in, and I'm going to tell you the full action. I go forward so that the fridge is now, like, okay, I fling the door open first, and then I go forward, so now I'm there, and now I'm like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. And I start screaming and running towards it.
Roll to topple the fridge forward.
Imagine if you saw that.
Roll to topple the fridge forward.
Can't get
5.
scared if you're scary.
You successfully topple the fridge forward, and you are now trapped inside with the door pinning the gravity down on top of you.
And I start going,
No, you are inside the fridge making whatever noises you so choose. You are stuck. And I'm going to, if anything, grant you a scared token for now being trapped in a small enclosed space.
you didn't like my action?
I did not like your action.
I
It
like
made
you.
zero fucking sense to me. The fridge weighs so much more than you do.
I took out
The
all the
idea
stuff.
of using it as a turtle shell is beyond me mentally. I almost want to cause you physical damage, but you didn't roll a failure, so...
Imagine being a monster, and you're like, oh, I want to go to the fridge, and the fridge knocks over and starts chasing you. That's scary.
Great.
Actually, did it scare the creature?
It is Django. No, it didn't. Django Phillips, it is your turn.
It's bear logic. You scream at the bear.
What happened to that fiend, by the way?
Yeah.
That was outside.
Someone's gonna mug you?
The walker?
Start biting at their neck.
The big guy, the big tit.
He disappeared a long time ago.
Nice. Okay. I walk out of the room, and I'm like, "Hey, you guys met
Your new
Domara
girlfriend?
Daruma-san.
Daruma-san. I want to drink my whiskey. I don't want that to be my action. I just want to drink my whiskey. You wanna drink
Fair.
whiskey? Great.
Drink your whiskey.
Does it do anything? Get you fucked up.
What is the intended effect you want it to have?
I want to forget about physics and Ghost Scrolls for I just want my brain to be just a tiny bit foggy.
I will grant you 1 mental health square back.
Thank you.
It just depended on what you wanted it to.
Excellent. And then I say, tomare. And I...
With the word, she stops whatever she is doing, and she gets down on the ground in a prayer formation with her head down like a what is it, the dog position in Yoda?
Downward dog.
Downward dog.
Or is it child's pose?
Child's pose, yeah. Child's pose. And she does stop her movement at the mention of the word.
That's
she's
Damn, dude.
But she's still there.
She's still...
How'd you do that?
Do you know how to tell her to go away?
I mean, it's up to you if this is the end of my turn. If it isn't the end of my turn...
It is not the end of your turn.
Okay, I want to keep looking for words.
Tell her to go away.
Roll to read your book. I'm looking for a specific roll. I can't just tell you what you...
Yeah, I gotcha. 1.
No, Susie.
Give him a gicky word.
Deruda, make me a sandwich.
Give me the Japanese.
I was gonna say, for a moment you read the word Deruda and you immediately think of Sandstorm. so then in the back of your head you're going, and that's all you're vibing with right now. You do not look at your book. Yeah. Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Is she gonna like get up?
She is downward child's pose right now.
Well, I mean, if she's not doing anything,
She has been told to stop.
She can just stay, I guess.
Tenron, you are in the attic.
All right.
Sorry.
I hear everything going on in this hallway down the ladder.
So do you go down the ladder?
And I'm like, ding! The light bulb. Okay, let's get out this floodlight. So it's a floodlight.
It's
now.
a floodlight. Now the difference between a floodlight
and a
is
flashlight.
Vast from a flashlight.
Thank you so much. Before I go down the ladder, I do take one last look at the painting.
Roll a die for me.
5.
There are slight differences to the shadows that you don't remember being there, but to your... I rolled a fucking 6, fuck you. Never mind. Give me that picture back. And put this one down. In the background of the picture, I outrolled you, motherfucker. So, in the background of the picture, you can make out a person walking down the hallway towards the perspective of the person who is looking into the painting.
And what can I do now?
You are off-put by the person who has mystically appeared in the painting.
Okay.
Continue your turn.
Go downstairs.
You go away from the painting, which is a good idea. So,
I'm like,
upon coming down the
shit.
stairs, you see a wet bitch praying in the hallway across from the bathroom.
I immediately...
I'm praying in that hallway.
And then you see a sweaty man praying in the hallway across from her.
I am immediately, like, when I see everybody, not knowing who they are, I have my floodlight on.
Right.
So
I will say with your floodlight, you look at Django first, who looks to be almost defending the pack of people from this wet woman, and I want you to look at the book in his hand, and I want you to roll a die for me real quick.
Do it, 10 round.
2.
The book falls out of Django's hands onto the floor. You caught him in the eye with your light and startled him. He has dropped the book.
It would have been fine if it was a flashlight. You have a fucking floodlight?
If it was a flashlight.
Shit.
You're welcome.
Damn it.
And I will say your turn ends there, having been reacquainted with the rest of the group.
Okay.
I'm sorry, you beat your part of the story. Your story is relatively done. Now you just have to survive. I'm sorry. That's all you have left.
I was going to try to knife that bitch.
I wouldn't let you do that type of harm to Daruma-san. Anyway, Frowns McBoohoo, you are sitting there praying amongst the folks.
I take a look at the book.
It should be quite obvious the two situations you guys have to deal with in order to beat this scenario. So let's wrap it up.
I take a look at the book that fell to the floor.
Absolutely, you pick up the book and you channel both your lucky. You channel your prayer into the actions and you roll your dice.
Do I roll 2 dice for that?
If you want to use your brave.
Fuck that. Sit 5.
Okay, a 5 is a critical success. Mystically, with the book landing on the floor, the pages are being rustled left and right, and it opens out to a page, a glossary index, and it very specifically gives instructions of someone banishing a spirit by reciting a specific word and striking in a karate chop-like motion, and you stand up in front of everyone, looking down at the book and doing a complete, precise motion. I'm going to give you the word to say.
Mayo?
Yes, it's mayo.
Yeah, like
means,
sandwiches.
No, mayo means no more in Chinese or
it is not
Mandarin.
mayo. It is.
This is Japanese.
Oh fuck! Whatever. She doesn't fucking know. She's dead.
I mean, I'm pretty sure she knows.
I'm pretty sure she knows.
She's fucking dead.
She doesn't seem to care that she's dead.
The word is kamare. So it's tomare and kamare. And when tomare has a hand like this next to it, but kamare has a chop notion. So with that knowledge, what do you do?
So you literally see me fucking get out of my prayer pose and I speed through everyone like I'm fucking dashing through.
Right.
And do I have to say both at the same time?
It is kamare. She's already halted.
Come. Kamare!
As you say the word, she lifts up from her prayer pose, and it's almost like a thread runs across her neck and releases her spirit. Her head kind of falls back, and as she falls back, it's like a veil being lifted over her as a white sheen kind of runs up her entire body, and she kind of just floats off, and you realize the body just slowly disappears from the ground up, and from toes to head she fades into obscurity.
Nice fucking job, man.
Thanks, guys. Now I just need to go do one last thing.
Listen, all 4 of us are safe. I think we just leave the cabin.
No, I'm not.
We're all
not
safe.
done yet, baby.
You can move Daruma-san off of the board.
I go sit at the computer.
Did he throw the computer in the tub? I don't know.
No,
That
was a
actually
thought.
happened.
No.
It was a thought. Okay.
Yeah, your eyes.
Because he tried to run and he was.
You do sit down at the computer.
And I go on the web browser.
What are you doing?
I click on the web browser.
You
and I
click on the
type
web
up
browser,
cam girls.
and before the web browser even lets you pick, there are 2 options. There's Wikipedia and there is MySpace. And before you can click anything, just by opening the web browser, it loads into a pop-up ad comes up, and it very specifically says,
Frowns?
Please don't start it.
What you doing there, bud?
Give me a minute!
We're almost done.
Please.
Please, I need a minute.
I can't help. I'm upstairs. I have to leave soon.
we're almost done.
No, please, I want to finish.
I get it. Look at you. I didn't forget you in the fridge.
Stop it.
At the very top of the ad, it says hot singles in your area, and it has 3 names of options to talk to. The first is Rhonda, the second is Shannon, and the third, oddly enough, is the fisherman.
Please don't.
Who are you choosing to talk to in the pop-up ad?
No.
You choose to talk to the fisherman.
I wanted Rhonda, but I choose the fisherman.
You click through, and the fisherman's page loads up in blackness, and you hear a voice emanate from the speakers, and it says, I have found you, and I will find you again. And it scares the shit out of you. Rhonda.
You should have just talked to Rhonda.
And your turn ends. Cannibal Siren, you are...
You're fine. We're missing one person.
You're standing amongst your friends, and you look around and you go, who is the only one who isn't here with us?
I'm like, let's go get him, and let's leave.
Can we drag Frowns down the steps?
I was talking to Gamger!
Just ask him if he wants to come with you. Do you want to go with them? Are you too busy on the computer,
no,
or
he's
do
good.
you want to
We're
go
going
with them?
They're taking me with him.
So everyone goes down the stairs and you look to the right. You're in the living room.
Okay.
You're in the living room.
Can you hear me screeching?
The first thing that happens when all of you enter, is you look off to the right, and the small creature, is physically turning the fridge over to get inside, and you guys go, oh shit,
Oh fuck!
Gestalt's in there, and they go, what?
What happened to the fridge?
He's in the fridge. We have to get him out of the fridge. Gestalt in the fridge. We have to get him out of the fridge.
He's a crazy man.
And you do make note of this small, terrifying creature that is using its large claws to kind of try and turn the fridge over. It's unnaturally strong for its size, and it is trying to toss the fridge over so it can.
I want to prod it. I want to prod it.
You want to prod it?
Yeah, I want to prod
I'm
it.
fucking ready, man.
It is your turn. I will allow you to enter there. Roll to prod that motherfucker.
Prod it. 5.
Fuck. You run up in there, and it's trying to claw to get inside. You hear Gestalt freaking out on the inside. And you do successfully prod it, and it backs up after getting that first initial shock. It is no longer trying to turn the fridge over, so the fridge does fall back into its face-first position on the floor. And you do hear a quiet sob come from inside.
I'm crying.
As far as we go, it does look like what it looks like right now, which is it is looking at you in front of the window. You stopped it from doing what it was doing, but you didn't really necessarily do any damage to it.
I didn't hurt it. Okay.
You averted its gaze. So what would you like to do now?
I don't know if I have anything helpful. I have a homemade flamethrower. I could also just spray it in the eyes with hairspray, I guess.
You're with other people.
But like, I mean, I don't know.
Oh, are we allowed to?
You guys are all with her.
I like.
Any suggestions?
Oh,
from
can I
the
try
crew?
to hypnotize it?
That's a
You
great
fucking
idea.
hit it with a sharp.
It is not your turn, but if you give her the necklace, I will allow you to explain it real quick.
All right, you can use this necklace back and forth, hypnotize the fucker, and then you could tell it to leave.
You can.
Okay.
So he says this and he hands it to you. Roll to hypnotize.
I will believe literally anything at this point. Yeah, actually, I am going to use my brave token for this.
Roll at advantage. Roll 2 dice.
Double 2s.
Double 2s.
Yep.
But a brave, right?
But it's brave, and I'm
So
lucky.
the necklace doesn't break. You're still holding on to it. Nothing negative really happens, but it is very clear that the hypnotism is not working on this creature, and as far as you're concerned, will not work from this point forward.
All right. Well,
Its eyes. You cannot stretch why it appears this way, but its eyes pierce into your soul, and it has a very type of gaze. I will say that was your turn.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's a successful function and a failure of a function.
Can I take a turn? Can I take a free action to tell it to fuck off?
You may.
Fuck off.
And it yells at you back. It growls. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna yell right back.
I know what to do. I need it to be my turn.
So it's Gestalt's turn. Unfortunately, he's trapped in a refrigerator, so we're going to skip right over to Django.
Django.
I look at my inventory of weapons.
You look at your inventory of weapons.
I have really no weapons.
Here, I got
you
something
really
for you.
have no weapons.
So
what are you doing?
I'm gonna eat some peace snacks.
Wait,
You're
no,
gonna eat
stop.
some peace
I'm gonna
snacks.
help you.
Yeah.
Take my sharp bone and throw it.
You sharp bone it. You bone it.
No, throw it like a bone.
You fucking.
It's not my turn, you whore.
Hand me your sharp bone.
Boom.
I obviously use the sharp bone as a dagger and try to stab it. because I'm not an idiot.
Roll to stab.
They're giving my fucking bone
It's
back
just
after
gonna be us
this.
surrounding this
One.
creature, like kicking
You
it.
fucking suck.
Not only do you
am I not
miss
dead?
stabbing it, but this creature takes its opportunity of attack. I did roll against you.
Mm-hmm.
It slashes the fuck out of you for one physical
Makes
damage.
Where's the bone dagger? Does he still have
He
it?
still has it.
Oh, cool.
He fucked up and missed.
Do you want it back?
Yeah, I'll give you something. Here, take my
Well, I can't do anything
Now
else.
his
I'm spent.
opportunity of attack has left.
But when you use it
he
as a
fucked up.
dagger. Don't throw it.
I've got
He
5
fucked up.
other fucking knives.
Swear to God. Don't give me a knife. Don't give
Okay,
me a bow.
here's a butcher knife. I get my bone
I
back.
can't
Thank
use
you.
that anymore.
Well, next time.
Son of a bitch.
Next. We survived all of this bullshit, and now this tiny fucker with
No,
big hands and
tiny
red eyes is
gremlin.
gonna
No.
murder all of us at once.
I'm honestly surprised you guys haven't been as fucked up as possible, but honestly, the things that you triggered are not the typical type of do violence.
Oh well, he was.
Well, I just
And so
avoided.
is that thing.
I
But
just
but
was-
they came in very late in the game. They were timed based on certain actions. So
All right, 10
Am I
rounds.
flooded?
Fridge?
I'm
no. He was triggered by someone else.
I'm approaching this thing with my floodlight on. It's a floodlight.
It is a floodlight.
floodlight.
It is a
thing.
floodlight.
It is bright and it does not like the light. You can tell it is a nocturnal creature.
Yeah.
But as you do get closer, you specifically
I have a knife in hand.
remember, and it is starting to catch with both of you now, I'll actually say, and you having gotten closest to it and gotten swiped by it,
The red eyes.
no, the smell of rotten meat.
Oh, it's a little meaty boy.
You opened his fridge.
Oh, he thinks it's that fridge. He thinks it's that fridge.
Guys, I need you to do something. I'm gonna back this creature away from the fridge. I need you to get Gestalt the fuck out of there and run upstairs. And then I'll be right behind you.
All right,
Why are
bye.
you telling them to go upstairs?
That's the safest place.
Yeah.
Is it?
I don't
kill it.
I
There
don't
is
know.
literally nowhere safe.
Well, I have the floodlight.
What are you trying to do right
I'm
now?
gonna
Tell me.
try. I'm gonna try to first not fight it. I'm gonna try to get it off the fridge in a way so that they can get.
It's already
Gestalt.
off the fridge in a way.
Well, okay,
Yeah, I
guys.
prodded it off the
I'm
fridge.
got him. Guys, what are you doing? I got him.
What are you claiming to get him with? Because if you tell me the answer
my
is your
floodlight.
floodlight, I'm gonna make you roll against me, and I don't. You tell me.
Can you
tell me?
Hit it with a stick?
He's
I'm using the floodlight to back the creature up so that again you guys
Its
can
eyes pierce through the light towards you. Are you going to advance on it?
get. Yes.
Roll. Did he critically fail?
Stop doing this!
Did you really?
Yeah.
I rolled a 19.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Get him
Which
out
is
of there.
which is a critical success.
Get him out of there.
The monster jumps at you and claws at your fucking neck for 2 health points.
I have 2. That's it. Jeez.
Both for your fail and his success. He jumps on you, latches onto you, and takes a bite out of your fucking neck.
This is good.
All right.
I will go as far to say that you are prone on the ground,
Oh god.
and he is on top
Somebody
of you.
get Gestalt. The fuck out of there.
This is really bad.
All right, I'm done.
All right.
It is Franz's turn.
All right. I've got that old med kit. What is that? What would that do for me?
What are you trying to do?
Not die.
I've got 3 damage.
What do you? So you have the bandages you can use.
No, I have the old med kit.
Right, and
bandages in
inside of it is an
Oh.
old bandage and an old painkiller. What are you trying to use?
I don't have any mental damage, so I guess that would be for
The
physical.
bandages.
Yeah.
Roll.
5.
They successfully heal you, add an extra square of health.
I'm gonna take the sharp bone
Yep.
and I'm going to throw it out the window.
Roll to throw the sharp bone.
4.
successfully throw the bone at the window behind the creature that is currently on top of your friend. And it goes flying off into the distance. The creature turns and looks at the smashed mirror and turns back and takes a chomp into Tenron's fucking shoulder.
Jesus.
For another damage on Tenron.
Alright, well then I'm coming in with the fucking axe.
He does not give a fuck about the bone. Alright,
I'm coming with the axe.
How much health does he have left, by the way?
Tenron's at 1.
He's at 1 health.
He's at 1.
Alright, I'm coming in with the axe.
You're coming in with the axe. Are you scared, by the way? You should be rolling at disadvantage.
I have 1 scared and 1 brave.
You should be rolling at disadvantage.
So what does that mean?
Roll 2 dice and take the lower value.
1.
You miss, and the axe goes straight into Tenron's chest, killing him immediately.
Fuck, man.
Tenron falls into a stupor, and I'm going to give him options.
Fuck. Me?
Yes. Something is going to happen to you, and you have a number of things to go through right now. You critically failed on an attack roll while something was on top of your friend. The fucking monster looks up. I don't even have to roll. You critically failed.
I'm not disagreeing.
No, I'm just explaining his look of disappointment.
I don't want my disadvantage!
So you look... It sees you coming in, and it moves out of the way, and your axe just continues gliding straight in that, direction.
Does he fist bump me? Like, does this dog look at me and he's like...
I love that.
It is kind of like a dog, so it's funny you say that. How much sanity does Tenron have when he dies?
He has only 1 marking against him.
So he has 5 sanity?
Yep.
Okay. Tenron in his... And unfortunately I do, because he's in death throes, have to cut to this segment for him. Tenron fades out of consciousness and wakes up in a room that almost feels like it's made out of metal. And off to his right, a voice comes from an open doorway. And in walks in a man in a nice button-up shirt with a long red tie and a pair of khakis. And he goes, "Hi, I'm Danny." Tenron.
My chest.
No, you look down and nothing is there. You actually don't feel pain right now.
Actually, I do feel pain, but there's nothing there, like you said. The sensation. I'm just remembering my last moments alive.
Yeah, dying, right?
God, it sucked.
It's a son of a bitch. I should know. I'm second in command here at the Black Farm. Because of the circumstances of how you died, let's just say that the powers that be feel bad for pathetic little old you, and it's arguable to say that you may have killed yourself, and that's how you got here. This is the place for people who've been here before in similar circumstances, and lucky for you, you have a choice. You can continue onward into the void of death, or you can feed the pig. And he looks at you.
Oh. I'm not a fan of police officers.
He smiles. And he goes, "What's feed the pig, you ask? Well, when God turned his back on this place and the devil wasn't sure what to do with it, the pig was put in charge in the world. Well, let's say the Black Farm and all of its inhabitants around you are the creation of the pig. So the things that end up here, well, they have to deal with the pig. And because only certain people end up here, well, the pig likes to play games with anyone he finds here themselves. So you do have a chance. You're new here, and he hasn't noticed you yet. So if you do approach to feed the pig before you get dirty, any response?"
Fucking take me to that son of a bitch pig.
Okay. A bag is placed over your head, and Danny leads you by the hand outside of the corridor, and you don't hear, you can't see anything, but you hear screaming and moaning coming from all around you, and an intense heat, almost like you're right next to a furnace. And at some point, you feel like someone is following behind you because the breath is just meeting you right directly on the back of your head. But it leaves at some point, and you stop feeling it, and the temperature goes from hot to warm to colder, and you do eventually reach what feels like gravel to grass pathway. underneath the soles of your foot. Danny looks up. Well, you feel you hear his voice coming up. He says, "I've brought another one," and he tells you to step forward. And he leans in and he goes, "Are you sure you want to do this?"
Yeah. I don't give a shit about anything anymore.
He tells you that you should keep the bag on for protection of yourself, and he just says, "Trust me." And he very specifically says, "Climb into its mouth and please keep the bag on. You don't want to remove that." He takes a couple steps away from you. You feel his voice disappearing off, and he says, "Crawl as far back as you can and don't stop crawling until it's done with you. You made your choice. This is your only chance." You climb into a large creature's mouth, and you feel its canines kind of lap over your heels as you dip in onto its tongue. Roll 1 die for me.
I wasn't warned about Vor.
Is that a critical failure?
Jesus fuck.
The pig starts to chew down on you, crushing all of your limbs. You know, you see your foot fly past your face down this giant dark throat. The bag has been pulled from your head, and you are watching yourself literally be eaten alive by something 1,000,000 times the size of you. The incisors crush your ribs, your chest. You feel blood rushing up into your lungs, and you're coughing, and you're saying, "Jesus Christ, you son of a bitch! Oh God! Oh please! Oh God! Oh damn!" And as you waft to the back of the tongue of the giant pig, it does in one gulp kind of suck you down into black darkness, and you are gone. He is dead.
What would have happened if he wouldn't have rolled?
He would have had to roll more successful than a critical failure.
But then, like, would he have come back alive?
He might have second-winded, yeah.
Balls. Well, that was
my last
nasty.
move, I'm just opening up my peace tea and I'm pouring one out for Tenron.
Axe! It is your turn, and you choose to open a peace tea after axing one of your friends.
Well, it's not my turn anymore, right?
Yeah,
he's
done.
It is
done.
Cannibal Siren's
But
turn.
I opened it for Tenron. I poured one out for the homies.
You waste
and the tea's
a
all on
peace
the
tea.
ground. Dog starts
Okay.
licking it up.
Dog gains health.
No, don't even.
You made the dog
You're
stronger.
hilarious.
Congrats.
Anyway, it's Cannibal Siren's turn. Gestalt is still trapped in the thing, and the creature lets out a howl with blood and organs fucking flowing down.
Fuck, oh God, oh fuck, oh God, oh fuck.
And it's just screaming out loud.
I have stuff, I just don't know if any of this is useful. It wants meat.
You can flamethrow it though, right?
Yeah, I was about to say, I mean, I guess I'm gonna hit it with the flamethrower, that's all I got.
Roll the flamethrower.
Roll the flamethrower. Please, God. It's a critical fail.
It's a critical failure.
Yep, it's a critical failure.
The only thing I gotta not do is critical fail in response, which I did not.
MG.
Damn, man, we
it
came
slaps,
this far.
It takes its claws and it slaps the fucking hairspray bottle out of your hand. You're no longer holding it. As far as you're concerned, it might have been crushed as he smacks the nozzle out of your hand. Let's just exit out and say it's no longer of use to you.
It's probably not gonna matter.
And with his other claw, he just fucking swipes you for 1 physical damage.
Okay.
I love that this guy is causing you the most harm.
Damn, man.
Honestly, I was gonna hit you with the thing when you tried leaving, but I might not even have to.
I was about to say, we all keep rolling like ass, so it's just our luck has run out. It's over.
I should have stayed watching the cam girl.
What else do you want to do right now? What do you want to do right now?
I'm kind of SOL. I don't really have anything useful in my inventory at all. I guess I could hit it with the prod.
Is there anything
again.
anyone else has that might be able
You
to
could
help?
make a Molotov.
No.
I could make a Molotov, I guess.
t-shirt
I have a
and vodka.
t-shirt, vodka, and a lighter. I could try and Molotov it.
Fuck yeah.
Roll to craft Molotov out of your shit.
Oh my god, please, sweet Jesus.
6.
You craft one.
Great.
Very successfully. It uses your full bottle of vodka, it uses the remainder of your torn shirt, and it uses 1 full lighter that you have.
All right, so no more.
Because you break the lighter
Yeah.
on the fucking wrappings that's outside, and you just hope that it'll catch with the other one that you have. So you light it, and it is successful. Now you just have to hit the fucker with it.
God. 4.
I'm gonna say that's a successful hit, and this thing does not fucking like fire, which is why it reacted the way it did. So, I'm just gonna roll a basic die against that 4. I'm not gonna roll well because you did hit it. It tied you. It tied you. I'm gonna say you hit it. The flames kind of explode all around that side of the cabin, and it does get caught up in the flames. It screeches with horror, jumping out the open window behind it and disappearing into the blackness of the night.
Get out of here!
Hell yeah.
Help me! Okay, now the house is on fire.
Now the house is on fire, and one of you is trapped in the fridge.
So, can he do anything, or is...
I would say all of you can come together and roll for me.
Let's get him out
all
of the
you,
fridge.
all of you roll except for Gestalt to get him out of the fridge.
Do I have to roll a disadvantage?
You will roll a disadvantage. So will you.
2.
3.
None of you failed, and you compensated for the rest of them. Maybe it's just the machismo running through your system of having just fucking Molotov to Chupacabra. But you lift the fridge practically by yourself, and Gestalt comes tumbling out from the doorway as gravity gives way.
Do we get
I
like
will say that as you open it,
poster moment with him clinging to my leg and me with like fire?
I'll
in the
allow
ears?
it, but I will say his leg catches on fire due to the hazard of the house, and he does take 1 physical damage for rolling out of a fridge into a fire-filled room.
I have bourbon, but that's flammable, so I'm not gonna pour that on you.
Oh, also, Gestalt, Tenron's dead.
By the way,
His dead body's right there.
By the way,
blood everywhere.
You do make note of it. Tenron's dead body is in the middle of the room.
Why is he dead?
Yeah.
Does anyone say it?
No.
What happened?
Then you don't know.
No one's gonna say how he died.
I gesture vaguely at the window that the
Is the axe still in the body, or did you remove it?
I'm hiding it behind my back.
Okay, then it's not
like
in the
blood
body.
dripping down the axe
It's
on the
not
ground.
in the body. You killed one of the only people who I expected to survive this situation based on his prior gameplay of saving himself from a fuck demon, and you killed him with an axe.
And he didn't even die till like a cryptid.
He died because of his friend. It's a beautiful ending, honestly. So,
Can we
Always
leave?
looking
the 4 of you make it to the front car. Fuck your belongings. Fuck the house that's on fire.
Yep.
Fuck everything.
Yep.
You
Tenron.
Sorry, Tenron.
you leave his body.
Fucking body.
And
in
you
a
run out
burning house.
front. You run out front, and you see the toppled over truck has been busted. It no longer will make any movement or work. But you go and you pile into the car, and I will say that your inventory probably has the keys. So put Django in the driver's position, and everyone else kind of resumes their spots from before. Django, roll to start the car.
I appreciate that you chose to sit in the way
1.
back instead.
I'm gonna say that the car does not start on your turn.
I mean, obviously it doesn't. You knew I was gonna roll 1. You already knew. You already knew it.
It is Frowns' turn, and he is sitting in the driver's passenger
So I
side.
reach my hand over, right, to try
Frowns
to start
not
this.
again.
And he says what? Floor it?
Floor it. Pour it.
And you did roll a 4 and a 6, is that what I see?
Yeah.
The car comes on, vrooming to life, and you hear a roar off in the distance. But Cannibal Siren, can you roll a die or 2 for me?
3.
Gestalt, can you roll a die for me? You'll have to roll 2 because you're scared.
3.
Okay, as long as it wasn't a critical failure, I will allow you guys to escape. You drive back across the bridge, and almost like night and day, the experience you guys have had flushes through your system. How hurt are you guys? Django's feeling a little nutty. And physically he's a little hurt.
I'm changed, but otherwise I'm fine.
I'm 5 health.
I have no mental and 6 health.
No, but you have been hurt, which is the knowledge I need to know.
I have been hurt.
Your extra health was granted through almost adrenaline burst of the actions you were
then I have
going
like half
through.
health.
So you are hurt.
Oh, so I mean, I have 3 of my 6 boxes are wounded, but I gained
Same
an
as me.
extra 3.
So he's in the same position. You feel it. You fucking feel it.
I have 2 physical, no mental. I mean,
you guys came out all right.
Beyond the mental scars.
You guys came out all right. I would say for the most part, you guys didn't make as many mistakes as I thought you were going to.
Everyone's going through these crazy things, and my mental.
Oh no, he's dead.
My mental
Tenron
scarring
dead.
is that I fell in a. I fell in a refrigerator.
I can guarantee you, no one tomorrow is gonna hide in that fridge. So good for you.
That was the scariest thing I
just don't
felt that
assume
night,
anyone would have
refrigerator.
done that. As you are driving away, you come back across the covered bridge. You're out on the other side, and you see a new dawn start to rise across the mountain. And as you are driving across down the road, getting close to the bridge is a hooded figure with in black, smoking a cigarette. He looks up at the car as it's driving away, and he smiles, and he thinks to himself, "Feel really bad for that guy, but unfortunately, some stuff that happens up here just can't be helped." And it does bring a smile to his face, but he does continue smoking his cigarette as he walks onto the covered bridge in the direction of the cabin. You guys don't know it from not having witnessed it necessarily, and he might not have even talked about it. But the person he helped in the beginning with the cigarettes was someone who was essentially watching his situation for a moment where he could have possibly assisted.
The kid?
Correct. But Tenron was never in a situation where he was like one-on-one dealing with a threat, so the kid could never really assist. You guys roll on back towards the gas station, driving clear past it. You guys are totally fine on gas.
No, I stopped. We stopped. You know why?
No, why?
I get out of the car.
No, the caterpillar.
No.
Where's my $100? I told you I'd be back.
There's 1, 2, 3 no stops to the car, so you are driving full on past at an alarming speed, and right out front, still in his crutches, is Jack Townsend, and right next to him a kind of skinny looking guy smoking a cigarette, and he goes, "Who the fuck were they?" And Jack kind of looks and notices and sees how fucked up all of you guys look, and he goes, just some kids going up to that cabin in the woods. Cut to black.
Can Franz say "fuck you guys" as we roll past?
You're right.
Can we all just
Who are those
leaning out
guys?
the windows?
I don't know, but I made an extra $100 out of that fuck.
Damn, I can't believe I lived.
So
I hurt your pen. I'm sorry.
I don't know. Does it
Nervous
still
tics.
work?
Oh, the pen works fine.
Then I don't care.
It's just the little piece.
Then I don't
I have nervous
care.
tics. with
You're
pens.
fine. I do the same thing. So
I can't believe I
I
survived
do want to
this
close really quick. I know
believe
that
it saw me.
everyone.
I
We have
put
been
my hand
here
up
a
the
lot
window. It was like,
longer than I expected. We are going on 7 hours.
Shit.
So 1 hour of that was like inventory, and then it was 6 hours of gameplay. So it was pretty much
On point.
my exaggerated expectation of today. I hope everyone had fun.
Yeah, it was fun.
You definitely excelled in certain areas. I would say the only things that really fucked you were die rolls and being scared. You gotta remember, those braves are meant to negate being scared. So if you had a situation where you could have rolled better, you really should have thought of it. But there were a couple things that didn't happen. The monster did not get to fuck Tenron, which was her number one
Goal.
Her number one goal was
We all wanted
fucking
that.
Tenron.
I didn't.
It is Django's fault that the fridge monster was summoned, and Daruma-san, so he actually summoned 2 enemies this evening and banished neither of them.
That sounds about right. Yeah.
Tenron did not get fucked by the ghost. did know the smell of the beast that ultimately did him in, and also got killed by one of his best friends. Franz McBoohoo had the first half of one major boss, but went on to do the Slickback Universe side quest by himself, and he did escape by himself as well. Cannibal Siren really only triggered the thing that stalks the field by trying to escape via car, which did not go successfully at all, but you also didn't get killed by it, and let me tell you, there are 3 monsters that almost kill fucking immediately in this campaign, and he is one of them.
I know.
If he had grappled you,
pure
you
luck.
maybe would have had 1 or 2 turns to get out of his grasp before he literally takes off with you or crushes you in
I
his
was
fucking
about to
hand.
say, it was literally luck. That's
What was
the
the
only
first
reason.
major boss? Would it have been if I followed the fairies or the treehouse?
Or the
There was nothing with the
staircase.
treehouse. There is something with the fairies, but I will not answer it.
Okay.
And the stairs?
And then Gestalt, none of you went to the stairs, I won't give you that either. Gestalt, you had the start with Uncle Haas, but did not develop the thread to summon the Goat Man, and it did not happen.
The Goat Man.
The Goat Man was going to introduce a intruder mechanic in the group, where one of you would be fake and you wouldn't know it. But that did not
My
happen.
favorite story.
That didn't exactly. It is your story. That did not happen. Anyone's final closing thoughts on this campaign?
Did I avoid a lot of bad things?
You triggered 4 things in the entire campaign, and one of them was a 3-part function that you were nowhere close to starting. You would have had to find the dead body on property, then call Uncle Haas, wait for Tanner to arrive and help you out, and literally hunt the thing before the Goat Man even shows up.
No, thank you.
So that's an
scary.
entire process by itself.
Was the arcade? Was there something more to that?
If you had gone to sleep, Polybius would have haunted your dreams. It would have woken you up, much like how Daruma San's nightmare woke up Django.
And what about the desk? Anything else good in there?
The code for the metal box in
Fuck
the basement that you
me.
were close to finding was on the computer. It was the email that dinged arrival right when you checked the computer.
But that would have been another monster.
It was
to
a
fight.
4-digit code. I'm not sure. Did you recognize the symbols?
It's from
SCP.
Yeah.
It's an SCP.
So it would have been something crazy in that
It is
shit.
from SCP, and it is a monster. I don't know if I want to reveal what it
Don't,
was.
because we'll play this again.
You sure? I feel proud that you have that type of reaction.
Oh, I would play this
I would
again.
absolutely
Because as
play
long as this
again.
took, I hope you guys realize, I wrote down 20 to 30 things. I've compiled 200 things for this campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are 5 side quests no one touched. You know, multiple enemies not witnessed. So it's... Tenron, say something.
I was,
Sorry you died.
I was banished to the absolute ends of existence. There's nothing I can
You
even
critically
say.
failed on your resurrection second wind, so I had to punish you for that.
Resurrection?
But you would have come back.
Oh, I thought that was
Well,
just a version of hell.
Let's pour one out for Tenron then.
I did that piece to you.
Yeah, thanks.
Right.
Oh, there's nothing I
Anyway,
can say.
this was the Cabin in the Woods campaign with thank you, Django Phillips for being here. Thank you, Tenron Otrin, for dying for us. Thank you, Franz McBoohoo, for killing one of your best friends. Thank you, Cannibal Siren, for driving so far and witnessing this campaign. And thank you, Gestalt, for being stuck in a fridge. So, nothing... Why am I surprised that any of this has happened to any of you? You all pretty much acted as yourselves, and I am so happy and so grateful for having you guys here and witnessing the machinations of my madness.
We appreciate the hard work.
That I've
Yes.
compiled over the last 6 months to put this shit into. And I'm sure people will be excited just to listen to it. So thank you all for being here. And I will say thank you to everyone for listening to this 2-parter.
Fuck off.
Have a wonderful rest of your year. Stay tuned for the sequel series with Group 2 known as Chaos in the Woods coming next week as a bonus for everyone. I'm going to play this with a different group of people. May God have mercy on my soul. That's it. Everyone, thanks for being here.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
Fuck off.
I wait till the day's end when the moon is high and then I'll rise with the tide with the lust for life out. I'll mass an army, I will harness a horde, and then we'll live across the land until we stand at the shore. I'll wait till day's end when the moon is high and then I'll rise with the tide with the lust for life out. I'll mass an army, I will harness a horde, and then we'll live across the land until we stand at the shore.